Whenever you're ready.
Previously on Comedy Bang Bang.
Aukerman.
Hang on, man.
Hello.
It's me, Frank Stallone.
How's it going, everybody?
Pump it up.
Poet laureate of the West.
The Bachelor Brothers.
Fuck. It's like boom, bang, bam.
Hi, I'm pregnant.
It's not that kind of a show.
I'm bald droid. I gotta roll on out of here.
I'm hungry. I was looking for scraps.
Chupacabra.
Hello, gumshoes.
Bring out the girls. It's been a while.
TikTok.
Of all the friends of the show,
Paul F. Tompkins.
who's the best? Let me know. Crazy characters and classic fun.
Hey.
Who do you choose? Who's the one?
King Kong.
Bang, bang, your favorite F.
Little choices.
Bang, bang, by request.
bet your fucking ass it is.
It's the show that's made for you.
Is it?
That's because you make it too.
What was that noise?
Ew.
Yeah, it sounds like hell.
Oh.
Impossible to listen to.
Goodbye, listeners.
That's a great sound.
Aw, thanks, Tiny. But you think Victor can sing. G'day and welcome to this little experiment. Little, that's hard to say. Episode 1, and hopefully not the only one, of Bang Bang by Request, a show made for and by fans of the greatest comedy podcast, thanks to Scott Aukerman's Comedy Bang Bang World. Who's your favourite guest or character? Which episode or segment do you love? Let me know in the comments below. Or if you'd like to be on the show, email me, babyfacebren@gmail.com. But right now, to prove this is your show, I'm starting off with a much requested character of whom I'm not a fan. But I have to admit, working on this Bang Bang by Request did endear me a little to Lil Gary. I also have to admit, Tom Lennon sure can commit. I've been a fan of Lennon for a long time. He's one of the few friends of the show I knew of before CBB, from his hilarious improv cops parody, Reno 9/11, on which Lennon played Lieutenant Jim Dangle 6 years before CBB began. Tom's Lil Gary was Scott's co-host on a few early shows, and then a guest. He's on 10 episodes in total, all available, you know where, at cbbworld.com. And right now, he's here on Bang Bang by Request for all the Lil Gary fans, including James Langstaff. Thanks for your suggestion, James. To start, here are a few clips of the first Lil Gary appearance from August 2009, episode 17 of CBB, then called Comedy Death Ray.
Okay.
Indy103.com. Indy103.
Point Tom?
Noms.
Point Nom? Okay.
Scott Aukerman's Comedy Death Ray Radio is coming to you live. Brought to you by Knobs.
By Knobs. Comedy Death Ray, Indy1031.knobs.
Brought to you by Vietnam.
Brought to you by Vietnam. Broadcasting from Vietnam live this week. Okay, so...
Straight from Hanoi, it's Comedy Death Ray Radio. Brought to you by Scott Aukerman.
we have a new voiceover guy. He's not exactly working out.
I'm sorry, I can't read what's on this piece of paper in front of me.
Now, you can't even pronounce piece of paper correctly. How did you get this job?
Scott, look, here's the thing. I'm doing the best I can. When you hire me to be your voiceover guy, you get what you pay for. When you find me, Scott, where did you find me?
First of all, I'm paying you $1 million a year to do this.
Yes, some people might say that's pretty high. But, look at what I'm bringing to the table, Scott. Okay, let me list some of my attributes as a voiceover guy for you.
Okay, yeah, please list these.
1, joie de vivre.
The most important one would say.
I bring to Comedy Death Radio so much joie de vivre.
So much.
2.
How can one quantify how much joie de vivre you bring?
Well, look at my shirt.
Oh!
See? It says 5.
You have a joie de vivre meter on your shirt.
Yes, it's up to 5 right now.
How do you make your shirt change like that?
It's a heat sensor.
Wait, a sensor.
Yeah.
Like a heat sensor.
Do you feel like me being the voiceover guy is not working out, Scott?
We're
Do you have some nerds?
some nerds. What?
Sir, do you have some nerds?
Some nerds.
I can't just by myself. Clear. Do you have some notes about
notes.
my voiceover performance?
Well, one thing, when you cleared your throat, you got a little deeper. It actually helped a little bit. No, not clearing your throat.
Okay. Do you want me to introduce the show or not?
Okay, yes, please introduce the show.
You're listening to Family Death Wave Radio, featuring the Fun Bunches live from the UCB Theater in downtown Franklin Avenue. Mr. Aukerman.
Okay.
I like to move it. I like to move it. I like to move it.
Aside from your annoying voice, none of the information was correct.
What part was not?
Well,
What part was not correct?
we're not live from the UCB Theater. We're
in downtown Franklin.
No, not in downtown Franklin. Isn't even a place; it's a street.
Huh? Okay, then this is, you gave me the wrong notes.
I gave you no notes
You
at all.
gave me a long stack of notes that is inaccurate.
All right. Well, what do you say we get to what's coming on the show today?
Okay, here's what's coming on the show.
All right.
Guy named Matt.
Yes, a guy named Matt. Yeah.
Times two.
Two guys named Matt.
Yeah.
A guy named Tom.
Yeah.
All three from wildly different sketch shows that were on TV.
Yeah.
We'll be hearing from them a little later.
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett is not here.
Oh. Why'd you say he was?
Okay. What is your name, by the way? I know I hired you and you filled out a W-9, but
Lil Gary.
hey, Lil Gary. Lil Gary is going to be here with me all hour.
Hey, man.
We're gonna.
Damn, there's something on my foot that's really weird. Oh, that's not my foot.
You don't have to say stuff like that. You don't have to just say whatever pops in your mind. Like
I thought you said I was sidekick and announcing.
You are sidekick and announcing, but that's not really part of your sidekick
I don't
duty.
tell you your job, Mott Aukerman.
Scott Aukerman, not Mott Scott.
Then you can't. Then you gotta check these notes before you get into me.
That's true. Okay, so up on the show, we have Matt Braunger from Mad TV. We have
television that makes everybody mad.
Yeah, it makes people furious. That's why they canceled it.
we have Matt Walsh from the UCB Upright Citizens Brigade.
Nice to meet you, Little Gary.
Oh, hi, Lil Gary.
Long-time fan, big-time fan.
Love your work, Little
Long
Gary.
time and big
I
time.
love all your California milk ads.
Ass pennies.
Ass Pennies was a sketch I did, yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Ass Pennies
Who's that
is
guy
great.
that's got ass pennies?
Ian Roberts at Ass Pennies.
Yeah. This guy's number one.
It's the best.
Also on the show is Reno 911 and the States Tom Lennon.
Sell out.
Shut up is what you look. Is that what you said?
I thought it said sell out.
Sellout.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Phony.
He's a sellout. He'll be here a little later. A big change is afoot in the Reno-verse. We'll maybe talk about those. I don't know, depending on if he wants to or not.
That guy's gay.
That guy's totally gay. We're here with Matt Walsh, Matt Braunger, Lil Gary.
Scott Aukerman, number one sidekick, and I love you, man. Thank you for the opportunity.
We're waiting for Tom Lennon, who's stuck in traffic.
That is rude. Tom should at least call, right? Not to tell you how to run your show, but...
I would
That guy,
appreciate it
that
if you
guy.
didn't.
Sorry,
that
Scott. Sorry, Scott. I take that
That
back.
guy's a
Okay, I
douche.
appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm a little angry at Tom. I'm going to say that again.
He'll probably call in at some point.
He's very rude. He's
He's
maybe the worst person in show business.
Oh, I
Thank
would.
God you got a reliable sidekick, reliable sidekick.
So we're gonna play. Joe, Engineer Joe is here. By the way, I want to say thank you to Engineer Stephanie. We had some problems with the podcast part of it last week. Some distorted
Everybody
sound.
bitching on the internet that it doesn't work.
Everyone bitching. So,
Yeah.
but we finally got it up. She worked tirelessly to get that up. But she's not here this week. We have Engineer Joe is back, and Engineer Joe, you have not been in the studio with us in a while, and you've missed the start of our now most popular segment on the show. It is a segment, and Engineer Joe doesn't know how to do the reverb, so
Yeah,
I'll try to approximate it myself. But it is a segment that helps. It's a segment we call Would You Rather.
Would you rabbit? Featuring Scott Aukerman.
Rather.
Would you rabbit? Would you rather?
All right, so let me explain how this works. Every week I take suggestions from my Twitter account. People tweet me at Scott Aukerman with their Would You Rathers, and here's how we play. I will read one of them, and then I will open the floor to questions. You can ask me any question about this particular scenario.
Okay.
And then after a short term, I will then close the floor, and we will then all vote on which we would rather. It's very simple. It's like the schoolyard game. We have some water coming for you in case you get parched.
Thanks,
I could use a little more on mine if
one more round.
If that's possible. One more round. Top me off.
Lil Gary's good.
Lil Gary's going to play. Are you going to play, Lil Gary?
Yeah.
Yes, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Try to be understandable.
What's that?
Well, just when you play the game, try to make sure we understand.
try to make sure you enunciate.
Yeah, that's the word. That's the word.
Yeah.
Ask pennies.
I was in that.
Ask
Yeah,
pennies.
No.
Yeah, ask penny. I put a penny in my ass.
All right. So, is everyone clear on the rules?
Yeah.
Do not answer right away.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're going to start with
Right
this.
away.
We're going to start with a softball. This comes to us from Faust MN on Twitter. This is: would you rather have sandpaper for skin
Yeah.
or have regular human skin and just buy sandpaper at the store when you need it? All right, I'm opening the floor for questions. Ask any question you can think of about this
I
scenario.
guess my question would be:
Matt Walsh. Okay, Matt Walsh has a question. I call on you. Go ahead, Matt.
if you were in the woodworking trade,
Yes.
and you used it, like say you were you built furniture, I could see it being an advantage to have sandpaper skin.
Yeah.
But would it replenish itself like regular skin, or once you tear it, would it be like done?
That is a great question. When you tear it, basically what happens is it's like human skin. You bleed from it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then after a certain period of time, it heals.
It'll regenerate.
It'll regenerate.
And the
yes.
same grade, the
It's
same grade of
sandpaper
sandpaper.
It's a little finer.
It's a little
Each time.
finer.
Yes.
Oh, well, that
work.
changes it
That
a
changes
little
it a
bit.
little bit. But
Right.
but let me just say, you start off with a very, very rough sandpaper.
Right.
Great. And how about scar tissue? Is there such a thing as scar? Like,
Do you mean the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
no,
Scar
I
tissue.
mean like
Yeah,
if you use an area of the sandpaper too much,
That's
will
a great,
it just be
great
scar
addition,
tissue?
Little Gary.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Little Gary sang a little bit of Scar Tissue.
Scar tissue.
I missed
Let's
it.
hear a little. Let's
Yeah,
hear some
I
of
missed
that.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Take a
Now-
bath, come out, and
Now, what was your question about
I
scar
was just
tissue?
saying if
Is
you
it
use
the
the
same
same
grade
area,
sandpaper as him when you use it a second time?
will it form scar tissue, meaning that
No.
that area will
You-
no longer?
You will no longer scar in this scenario.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can cut yourself; it will regenerate. You will no longer scar. It's a
Okay.
little bit finer.
Okay.
But what's interesting about your question is you just keep pointing to your arm like that's the only place there's sandpaper.
That was an example, I think.
Well, I picture if I was a furniture maker, I would probably, use
Use
that
your-
area. I
use
would
your
use
arm.
my
Okay.
two extremities. Like
Any
that.
other questions?
Yeah, real
Yes,
quick.
Matt.
Let's say I'm a misanthrope, and I don't like anyone, which is the definition of that. I like to repeat myself.
Okay, great.
He and will the sandpaper that I have, that's my skin, does that hurt me, or can I just go to like a mosh pit and ruin everybody in the room?
Oh, I see. So when you're rubbing up against something, does it hurt you?
Or just in sitting down, laying down, and
Like a Komodo,
is it sandpaper on both sides?
A Komodo dragon spit will kill you and me.
Right.
But to a Komodo dragon, it's fine.
It's just
Just spit. Yes.
That is a
Thank
great
you.
question.
Or
Perfect
your own
analogy, Lil
urine.
Gary.
You can
Thank
drink
buddy.
your own urine.
Sure,
That's
but
different.
anyone else drinks your own urine, it's kinky.
They're in trouble.
They're in trouble.
Okay, so let me answer this question.
Right.
So basically, does it hurt?
Does it hurt?
Does it hurt
no,
you?
feel no pain for the rest of your life, and
Yeah.
you also feel no emotional pain either. You're like a robot. You cannot feel love.
You're dead inside.
Yeah, dead inside, no
Yeah.
emotions.
Wow.
But it is very convenient for you. You do not have to go to the store to buy sandpaper anymore.
Yeah, there's
like a
that.
doll's
There's
eye.
that.
Okay,
Shark's
Lil
eyes.
Gary, any
Like a
questions
doll's
from you?
eyes. Yeah, I think it'd probably be pretty good because, like, say you fall out of a tree. What if you're falling out of a tree and then it smooths the way down?
Okay, is that a question?
Smooths the weed.
It smooths the way down when
Yeah.
you fall out
Through
of a
the
tree?
air?
Yeah.
Smooths the bark.
Are you saying that you fall
Yeah.
down the trunk of a
I
tree?
think for every time I fell out of a tree, I thought it would. I would sit a couple times. Thought, man, I wish I had sandpaper skins.
I have to call bullshit on that. I don't think you thought that ever.
I thought every time I fell out of the tree.
Every time you
Every single time.
Every single time.
You've thought the very specific question that this person asked
Yeah.
us. You wished you had sandpaper for
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so was that a question? Can you form that? Okay, that was not a question. All right, we're gonna.
I
We're
agree with the match.
We're just about to close the floor for questions. I'm just about to. Anyone have any others? Okay, floor is closed.
Is it inside your yes?
We're
Is it
not-
inside your mouth sandpaper too?
Is it inside your mouth? Great question.
Is it inside your mouth also?
It is. Your tongue is very sandpapery, much like a dog.
But not sandpaper.
No.
Okay.
No, of course not.
Do you lose your taste buds?
Another great question. You lose your taste buds, but you eventually find them again.
And they come back
after a period.
Okay.
After a trial separation.
Yes.
After the sandpapering surgery.
All right, we're about to close questions. Questions are closed.
Floor is closed.
Lil Gary, what is your vote?
Absolutely. Give me the sandpaper hand.
Sandpaper for skin.
Yeah.
Matt Braunger.
I'm gonna just stick with buying into the store.
Buying it at the store.
Can't let go of my emotions.
I'm going to go sandpaper for skin.
Sandpaper for
I'm gonna
skin.
go sandpaper
Why
for
is
skin.
why is that, Walsh?
I think it'd just be interesting, and I like the durability because I cut myself a lot and I get bruises a lot. I think you would save your
Oh my God.
save some pain. I
What
think
would your wife think about it, I wonder?
You know what? She'd have to get sandpaper skin.
Oh, that is not possible. I
Oh,
forgot.
then no.
No, I'm
Then
sorry,
no.
but you voted.
Oh,
You
this is
voted?
like a Twilight Zone episode.
I should have asked that
Ended
question.
horribly
Yes.
for you.
Better idea.
I'm sorry,
All
but
you wanted to do was read, and your glasses
This
broke.
is like the gates of hell.
Can I pitch an idea?
Yes.
Get remarried to a very rough picnic table.
That's not
a
bad.
rough picnic table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, hey,
Or
what's
any
that?
unfinished
and
piece
then
of
it's
wood.
Like, you scratch my eyeballs, I'm your picnic table. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the second question. We've all voted. This comes from Brad Garoon. Would you rather vomit every time you meet someone new?
Yes. Oh.
Or vomit every time you laugh? I'm open for questions. Joe, no. That is Engineer Joe. That is
I
not
gotta get sued real quick.
That is not part of Would You Rather.
right.
I have to establish that. That
My
that music
question-
is not part of Would You
What
Rather.
about digital images? If you saw a picture of someone on TV for the first time, would you vomit? Would those have the same effect?
That
as
is a great question.
But you said
Recognizing a new
meet.
face.
Big difference. If you see someone on TV, you don't meet them.
I don't know. I'm just making
okay,
sure.
I-
I'm just making
yeah.
sure.
I
Do you
think.
vomit also every
That's
time
smart.
you use a person as meat?
Wait, what does that
Oh,
mean?
sorry.
Lil Gary?
Never mind. That would tell you how I think
Are you a
about it.
cannibal?
No, no.
Are you a cannibal?
No, that was something
We're learning
else.
a lot about.
I like the
something
term
else.
use someone as meat, though.
We should define meat, shouldn't we? What is meat?
Yeah.
How you do?
Or
How
like
you
a
doing?
convincing holographic image that fools you.
Okay.
What
so,
about if you go to Madame Tussauds?
so what you're suggesting?
What's that, Gary? I didn't
Why
understand.
The
Yeah.
Wax Museum, Madam
can't-
Tussauds. I've become fluent in Gary
Oh,
E's
thank you.
for some reason.
I'm a little further away.
Okay, let
Yeah.
me take your questions one at a time. Matt, you're asking about a hologram, much like in
Or a
Star
false
Wars.
image.
In Star Wars, when Princess Leia came to
Yeah,
Came out of
yeah,
R2-D2.
yeah, and asked Obi-Wan for her help,
Obi-Wan,
would
yeah.
Obi-Wan have vomited at that point?
Well, no. It has to be a person for the. He'd already met Princess Leia.
Oh, that's
So I'm
true.
saying, like, if you're watching a movie and there's people in the movie you've never seen before, or if somehow you walk into a holographic museum and there's images you've
or
never
a
seen
wax
before.
museum
Or
to
a wax
fold
museum.
in Lil Gary's point.
Madame
Okay.
Tussauds.
I say no, because then people would cheat and go to wax museums and try to look at wax figures of everyone. And no, that would not be playing fair with this question. No, you have to vomit when you actually meet
A real person.
How you
and
do?
you don't have to.
I'm gonna do it. How you do?
No formalities
I'm
necessary.
Gary Hasselhoff.
Gary, is that your last name, Gary? Hasselhoff?
Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
didn't
my
know that.
second question would be then, if you're at a stadium at a football game, every time you see a stranger, would you vomit?
But you have to.
No, you got me.
I guess we have to define me.
Okay, first
Yeah,
of all, Matt
okay, you're
Braunger,
right.
you are not answering these questions.
I'm sorry. I need to shut up.
Okay, no, you don't need to shut up. You need to start asking questions.
Scott
You're right,
has the
you're right, you're
answers.
right.
He
I
has
have
the
all the
answers.
I have all the answers right here in front of me.
Yeah,
Okay.
The answer is no. You have to meet them. You have
Okay,
to.
so
Okay.
so a meeting is. My last question: a meeting is an exchange of dialogue, perhaps, right?
You've gotten 3 questions in a row, and that is how you play. Would you rather? I have to say, you are
Okay.
excellent at this. You're
Okay.
jumping in before anyone can ask questions. There does not have to be an exchange of dialogue. No, because quite often you will meet a deaf and dumb
Annoying
person.
look.
And
often, you're right. Very often.
Knowing
yes, a knowing look
Counts.
counts. Basically, you have to look someone in the eyes and acknowledge. There has to be a tacit agreement that you are meeting.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Got it.
You have to look each other in the eyes. You have
Hello,
to.
Commodore.
Yes, hello. Suppose you meet a Commodore.
Yeah.
From Lionel Richie's group?
Yeah.
Or an actual Commodore in the
Yeah.
English Army.
No.
Now, wait, do you think that Lionel Richie got the song Hello's title by people coming up to him and saying, hello, Commodore?
Yeah, absolutely. What
So it's
would you say to him if you met him?
I had a quick question.
Okay.
When
know
you
what I would say
finally,
to him.
okay, like let's say you're getting when you're getting introduced to someone, obviously
Okay.
you're meeting them, right?
Sure, yes.
What if you're at a party and someone's like, hey Scott, would you like to meet? If you yelled no and ran away, would you vomit? Could you break off the introduction?
It depends on...
Like if you were like, I vomit every time I meet someone, I can't meet you. Like run away.
It depends on that tacit agreement we talked about. No, if you
Okay.
break away contact, much like if you, when you see a Medusa and her eyes start to glow...
Yes. You can turn away.
You
okay.
can turn away, or you
Snatch
can
her
put a
hair.
mirror up in front of her and make her turn
and
to
she'll turn
stone.
to stone.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions here?
Disney
I'm
Argonauts.
surprised that no one has asked questions about the other end of this question, but the vomiting every time you laugh. But I mean,
That's pretty clear to me.
straightforward.
Yeah,
That's
that's pretty
straightforward.
clear to
Okay.
me.
Just don't watch Raymond.
Yeah.
Because
Stay
you
away
will
from
laugh.
You'll be vomiting
Stay
all
away
night.
from Raymond.
Stay away from
All right, I'm
Raymond.
closing the questions. The floor is closed. Now we're going to vote, starting with Matt Braunger. What do you vote?
Oh, I'm vomit when I meet people. Definitely.
When you meet people, how would you deal with it?
I would vomit and go, I'm sorry. I vomit every time I meet people.
I'm sorry, but that is you are
can't
not allowed to
explain
do
it.
Oh,
that.
you can't explain?
You should have asked that question.
No.
Really?
But you've already
Oh.
made your choice.
I did make my choice, but I'm going to stick with it because I
You
laugh
have
a
to stick
lot,
with it.
and that would be oof. That would just be rough.
Matt Walsh, what do you say?
I would go the same as Matt. I would vomit every time I met someone for the first time. Mostly because, like, when I get Alzheimer's, I feel like I'm going to laugh a lot.
Hey, this is new.
Yeah.
This episode of Raymond is new.
Who's that married to Raymond again? What's her name?
Patricia,
the one with the
Packin'
guns.
Heaton.
Packing your hit.
Okay, Lil Gary, what do you vote?
Well, I have the one where I vomit when I laugh, so I'll try the other one for a while.
Oh.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. So
I just for a change of pace.
our third question comes to us from Jameson Guest.
In France.
In France, she asks, would you rather have the perfect body or the perfect boner? The floor is open for questions.
All right. Is the boner attached to your body?
Great question, Lil
Yeah.
Gary. Yes, it is.
Or are you carrying it around like a device?
It is attached to your body,
Okay,
yes.
cool.
Is
But your
the-
body looks like a hideous monster.
I did not say that.
Okay, it's a possibility.
Are you going to form that in the form of
No,
a question?
possibility.
Okay, well, according to you, it's a possibility.
All right.
Is the perfect the definition of the perfect body? Would I choose the body, or would that just be voted on by? Because I personally would like that voted on by women. I'd also like the especially perfect boner. I don't want to pick the perfect boner.
Okay.
I want women to pick that.
That is a great question. Here's how it works. Whenever you meet someone new,
Yeah.
and as for you, you'll vomit.
I'll vomit.
Yeah, you'll vomit. But whenever you meet someone new,
Yeah.
you become their ideal. So whatever their ideal of the perfect body or the perfect boner is, they will see that.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
And you will become that. You're sort of like a changeling or
Okay.
a shapeshifter.
Okay. Okay.
All right, Matt Walsh, do you have a question?
The perfect boner goes away. It's not always erect, right?
Uh-huh. But the perfect
Really good
boner is
question.
always right.
Really good
Then
question.
it's not the perfect boner.
Here,
Yeah, exactly. That would be a
Here's a
nightmare.
catch-22, Joseph Heller.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe
That's like
Heller.
a
Hey,
if
Joe
you asked
Heller.
a genie for the perfect
Ask
boner.
the genie, perfect boner. Great. Now you get it for life. Careful what you
It is-
wish for.
Yes,
it is the perfect
exactly.
boner in the sense of it's hard when you want it to be. It
Oh, great.
performs exactly the way you want it to.
Great.
It pleases a woman exactly the way she wants it to.
Oh, right on.
Or a tree.
Or a
Picnic
tree.
bench.
Now, how many times have you fallen out of a tree and wished you could pleasure the tree as you
Yeah.
fall
Or
down?
falling out of a fucked one.
Not that often. 2 or 3 times.
All right, Lil Gary, do you have any questions about this?
I had that one. Is the boner, do you carry it or is it attached?
Yeah, we heard that one. Yeah.
Do you have the like the body of a monster?
Do you? Great question.
If you get the boner, what happens to your body? Some sort of curse? No.
Okay, this is really interesting because you three have very almost perfect bodies. So
Yeah.
maybe this is not
Well,
the right. This is not the
Thank
right.
you very
yes. This is not the right question
I've
for
been
you.
working on my lats.
Your body stays the same as it is once you
Alright.
make this choice.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
pick the boner.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
But here's the flip side. None of you have asked me this. If you pick the perfect body, when she sees your boner, it is the imperfect boner.
Describe imperfect.
Oh, wow.
How imperfect?
It's crooked.
Oh.
It's dripping.
It's dripping. It's sarcastic.
It's
It's
so sarcastic.
Rude.
It's spastic.
It talks. We should mention that.
Sarcastic.
It's sarcastic in the sense of it talks and you take it
Yeah,
out
it's
and it's like
sarcastic shit. Yeah.
yeah, for instance.
Way to go.
The words "I apologize" are tattooed on the side.
All right, that's good.
Yeah.
It's got one of them Amish beards.
It has an Amish beard. We're going to close questions for this, and we're moving on.
I got 5 more. Wow.
We're moving on to Matt Walsh. What do you vote?
I think the thing that tipped the scale for me is
Amish
that
beard.
if you had the perfect body, your boner would be awful. So I'm going to go perfect boner.
Perfect boner.
Yeah.
Lil Gary.
It's a sweep so far. Perfect boner.
It is a sweep so far.
Yep, you know it. Perfect
Sweet.
boner.
Perfect boner.
Perfect boner for the
That was a
win.
good one. All right,
For the
we're
win.
going to do
Joker.
one more. This comes from Consigliere.
Consigliere.
Yes, sorry.
Consigliere.
51.
Council Gary.
In France.
Council Lil Gary.
Would, a little kid.
Would you rather smell nothing but dog crap for a month?
Yes.
Or smell
Oh, sorry, there's an option.
or when you fall out of a tree, or would you rather smell like dog crap for a month? Floor's open. Let me just say this is for a month-long period.
Wow, that's a good one.
That is a really good.
This is for a month. It is the month of February.
Oh, a cold month.
But
a short month, Black History Month.
It is Black History Month. Keep that in
that
mind.
in mind.
Okay, 29 days.
It's a leap year. Yes, it's a leap year. That's a great.
So slightly longer.
Slightly longer. All right, floor's open for questions. Who has anything?
Well, wait.
Lil Gary. Yes.
When you smell like dog crap, for some reason you can't smell yourself.
You cannot smell yourself.
Okay, wonderful.
You just smell. You smell the world.
Yeah.
Is there
You smell
anything?
Black History happening in the making.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Black History is in the making.
It's always in the making.
It's always in the making.
Yeah.
Just people celebrate it that month.
Is there
Yeah.
any stronger scent that you could be around that would dominate the smell of dog crap? Like if I stepped into a room full of ammonia, would that take
Pizzeria
over?
Mozart.
That is a great question. No, you are not allowed in any of those rooms.
What's
Say
the-
there's a scientist who has some sulfur. Yeah.
Great example.
He bars the door, and you are not allowed.
You're not
he
allowed.
sees you coming. He smells you coming, usually first, and he knows. Oh, I have to bar the door now. Matt Walsh is not allowed inside this room by law. He bars the door, and you are not.
But
allowed.
I'm thinking the scent in your nose. Like if you're smelling dog crap, if you came into a room filled with sulfur, same thing. You wouldn't be allowed in
You
that
would not
room.
be allowed. No.
Okay.
Correct.
Shoot.
Like
All right, Matt Braunger.
how intense of a smell on both sides of the issue are we talking? Like where you walk in a room and there's dog crap in here, isn't there? Or my head is encased in dog crap.
Right.
Like what
Okay,
level?
What level of intensity?
Yeah.
On the side of
The
you
Scoville.
smelling
Is there a
it,
Scoville for it?
No.
the side of you smelling it, it's very intense.
No.
It's
okay.
all you can smell.
No.
The side where you smell like it, it's faint, but everyone knows it's you. And
Good. Okay. Good.
and everyone knows it's not your shoes. It's
Yes.
it's your body.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
you're
Or possibly
smeared
your
with crap
pants.
under your clothes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to ask an old question,
maybe
which I
your
asked
thoughts.
before.
All right.
Taste buds. Does it? If you have the scent of dog crap in your nose the whole time, are you also tasting dog crap all the time?
As we know, even anosmiacs can taste food.
What you would?
Anosmiacs who have no
again?
sense of smell.
right.
Gary.
Anosmiacs?
Yes.
Another word.
They can taste food, so you can taste food, yes. But it tastes like dog crap.
Okay.
So, any other questions? Well, Gary, you haven't
What if you
chimed
go
in
to
more.
Pizzeria Mozart?
Wait, what if you go to Pizzeria what?
What's that? Right on Highland and Melrose.
Wait, the
That's
place that...
Good pies.
Yeah,
Mario
nice
Vitale's
pie.
place.
What if you-
it's
with,
good.
Nancy
It's good
Silverton.
pie.
It's
a good
great
pie.
pie.
It's really good. It's a good pie.
I'm afraid you're going to have to
Does
be
that-
slightly more specific.
No,
what if
I can't.
you go there?
I can't.
I think he's pretty clear. I think that's a straight up question.
Yeah, that's pretty it.
Yes. You,
Okay.
Yes. What if? Yes,
Okay.
you go there.
Okay.
Yes.
Good job.
This probably esoteric,
question.
but is there
Great question.
is there travel allowed? Do I have to stay in one place?
What about
okay.
France? What about France?
Your visa is rejected.
Oh.
You cannot work in any other country.
Oh.
You lose your passport. This is in both.
Oh, okay.
No.
So whatever work you have planned for that month, the month of February, you have to cancel.
Stay local.
Gotcha. Okay.
Stay local, yeah.
Puerto Rico's
But think,
okay.
think global.
U.S. Virgin
Local
Islands.
fresh.
Sure.
All right, I'm closing the floor, and now we have to vote. We're going to come right back to Little Gary.
I forgot your question.
Okay, good. Matt Braunger.
I'd say I'd have to smell like it, because I think if I'd smelled crap for a solid month, I'd probably go insane.
Okay, and Matt Walsh.
I would go, I'm smelling crap for a month, because I would feel awkward with everyone talking about me smelling like dog crap.
Yeah.
Good choice.
It was a tough decision
Yeah,
on my
it
part.
is.
It was
It's a
really,
great-
These are the
really
tough
tough.
decisions tonight. These are the tough decisions.
That's like Occam's razor right there.
Yeah.
These are the ones
Yeah.
we have to do. All right, and that is textbook how you play Would You Rather.
How did we do?
It's ever Scott Aukerman's Would You Rather for Franklin Avenue, home of the comedy death ray.
This is taboo.
Okay, that is the theme.
A couple of Would You Rather games from Comedy Death Ray Radio number 17 on Bang Bang by request. Little Gary is here by request, but what would you like to hear? Here. Put your request in the comments below, or come on the show and share your CBB love. Not just your favourite guests, characters and episode, but how did you discover Comedy Bang Bang? Have you been to a live show? That kind of thing. I'll only be using your voice. A microphone's all you'll need. babyfacebren@gmail.com. I've already had great chats with a few American CBB fans, Ryan and Bingham, who will both be guests in future episodes and who have some good CBB stories. I was surprised to hear one of them was introduced to the show by a female, which I'm sure Scott would agree is quite rare. Anyway, more of Little Gary now, and this is from episode 69. I'm sure Ryan will get a smile from that. We're still hoping to get 69 watching a premiere sometime. So, from episode 69 of CBB, still Comedy Death Ray Radio then, Little Gary in his fourth show. No longer sidekick, now a guest, along with Kumail Nanjiani and Loch and Key, with a song from Gary and a warning from me. Take your pets out of the room now. Mine was quite distressed when his glass tank shattered.
Now, Lil Gary, you have a song.
You know my condition.
I have.
I'm pretty little.
Yeah, but we've never actually come up with a name for it. But I do know of your condition.
I'm little as shit.
That's the condition?
Oh man, I'm so little, it's crazy. I'm smaller than a dream.
So we've talked about it
Some
before.
dreams are pretty
It gets
big.
you into all kinds of scrapes and all kinds of.
Here's the biggest problem. Is that people freely think that Lil Gary is food.
We talked about this before.
Yeah.
People think that you're food.
I am little.
They'll be at a
Yeah.
party. There will be hors d'oeuvres
Yeah.
passed around.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you'll
There'll
get
be
picked up.
turkey legs out or something small or
You
like,
seem obsessed with turkey
or
legs.
maybe like a baby roof. You know, a baby roof.
a
Baby boof?
The baby roof.
baby.
The candy bar, the baby roof.
Oh, baby Ruth.
Baby
Oh,
Ruth.
okay, good.
So sometimes if somebody just says like, hey, this baby roof walked over here.
Looks like a
And they
tiny
pick me
person.
up, and then I end up in people's mouths so much.
Oh, that must be disgusting.
It's awful.
For them.
Wait a minute.
For them.
Yeah, it's awful for them. And weird on my hairdo.
Because you spend a lot of time on your hair.
I take part in my hair.
Your hair is about almost as big as you.
It's
by
my
the way.
trademark. It's my trademark.
Yeah, you have just like, what do you call it? The poof? Or, you know, Snooki calls it
I
the
call
poof?
it the wingador.
Wingador.
Yeah, it's inspired by the band Winger
Okay.
and a pompadour.
So it's kind of a cross between Winger and Sha Na Na.
Yeah. Look, here, the other side. Look.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, amazing.
That is really high up. I mean,
Yeah.
it almost makes you...
It helps me balance because I have no inner ear.
You have no inner ear?
What?
Your ear is all outer?
What?
It's all outer ear.
Yeah. So people mistake me for food.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about that before.
But
so
I'm starting a campaign for other little people who people think are food.
other little people who people think are food.
Right,
Okay.
who get put there.
I'm getting
put in
better at
people's
figuring
mouth.
out what you're saying.
Yeah, and get put tired of being put there and put in people's mouth.
Okay, I'm not that good.
Tired of being picked up
Tired
and
of being...
put in people's
okay.
mouth.
Tired of being picked up and put in people's mouth.
So I wrote a song.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The song is called I am not food.
I'm not food, and
Yeah.
you want to sing it here?
Yeah, Loch and Key gonna help out.
Lock and Key are going to help out Kumail. Will you join in as well?
Sure, of course.
Okay, give me
Anything
time,
for a
right?
good cause.
Okay, so
Ready?
are you all set
Yeah,
up
now I
here?
need to get set up.
What kind of instrumentation is it? Casio DG10?
Yeah,
Okay, wow.
The best.
The best.
Yeah, Eddie Van Halen plays that.
I actually think he plays the guitar, but
No, take it wrong. Look, check your facts.
pretty sure
Check your facts.
pretty sure he's one of the most
Okay.
famous guitarists in the world.
Okay, check your facts.
Okay. All right. So, Lil Gary.
I'm not food.
I'm not food. This is an exclusive.
Yeah.
Exclusive performance. Lil
Comedy
Gary.
Death
I'm
Ray.
not food.
Yeah.
Comedy Death Ray.
Yeah.
Here we go. Lil Gary. I'm not food.
I see you're not me. You're pretty hungry. I need to let you know that I'm not kidding. I'm a pretty job is dirty. I know I'm kind of little. Hey, I'm sure but I'm not a Skittle. I like a smoked turkey. I like a smoked turkey. I'm not a I can tell you're in the mood. And I look like that I would taste pretty good. But I am not food. I am not afraid of her. I am not fair. I am a guy. I am not fair. I am not afraid of her. I'm not food. I am a guy. Oh, God, I'm not food. I swear to God, I'm not food. Don't quit. Hey, quit letting your dog lick me. I'm also not a dog toy either. Oh, God, get your dog off me. I swear to God. I don't know. I'm just, God damn it, put me down. I am not food. I swear to God, I'm not food. I'm not french fry. I'm not pizza terry. I am not food. I swear to God, tell your friend, put me down. I am not food. I am a guy. I won't fit in your mouth. Please don't even try. I'm not fun to chew. I swear to God, I am a guy. I'm not food. I swear to God, I'm not food. Oh my God, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Put me down. I have to go to the bathroom. I swear to God, I have to go to the bathroom. Put me down. I have to go to the bathroom. I am a guy. What's gonna be coming deaf right now? I'm afraid of him.
So touching.
Yeah.
So touching.
If that
was
helped
amazing.
one other person who's little as shit like me not get put in the mouth of one of the Clippers.
one of the the
that
basketball team, the Clippers.
Yeah, that happened to me.
Oh, who ate you?
I don't know. One of the Clippers who's he's like
Lamar Odom.
no,
perhaps.
name
No?
another one.
Sorry, I cannot.
Okay, it was not that guy.
I dare
That's
anyone
the only one
to.
I could have named too. I was gonna be like Lamar Odom.
Right. We'll take your call in right now. If you're one of the Clippers that put me in your mouth, call the program.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
God, that is
Thank
amazing. What'd you think of that, Kumail?
Oh, that was amazing. It was very touching. I was crying while I was singing.
I'm probably gonna also play it to the burned up children in the hospitals.
That's a good tip because usually they get really hungry. It's just hospital food in there, and they see a tasty little snack.
Did I mention that they look weird as shit?
You did,
oh man, scare the bejesus out of you. You know.
But they have sweet kids' voices, and there's
No.
Their
like,
voices are...
they're just like no. It's like that. What's that Tim Robbins movie where they test the acid on everybody?
They test acid on people?
Yeah, Jacob's Ladder.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant acid, like.
No, they give them like a crazy psychedelic to make super soldier, and then they all have a bad trip.
I really don't think that you've seen Jacob's Ladder.
That's it. That's the plot of the movie.
I don't think so.
That is literally the plot of the movie. Exactly.
No, I think you're thinking of Captain America. I'm pretty sure.
The plot of the movie, exactly.
Kumail, you just moved to LA. Do you drive while you're here? Do you have a car or?
I do. I hate driving.
Really? Did you drive in New York?
We had a car in New York, and by we I mean my wife had a car, and then years later I met her at a bar. So
I gotta get a piece of this.
The thing with New York is like you have to repark the car. This is again differences between New York and LA.
Yeah, never been covered.
There's not a lot of room in New York. There's so many taxi cabs.
You have to move the car. Yeah, I know. Everybody's so angry.
Alternate side.
Alternate side. That's right. So I went outside once and I couldn't find my car. And we walked around for like a half hour and just couldn't find the car. And for me, it's like if something bad happens, this is true. I go to like the worst case scenario, and then the worst case scenario from that, and then the worst case scenario from that.
I go to the worst case scenario where I blame my wife first. That's the worst to me. Is I go, God damn it, what did Kulop do?
What has she done? But this is her
then
car,
I think
so
that
I
someone
can't
stole
even. Yeah. But like I always like if I lose my keys. Like, I'll be like, somebody found my keys. They know where I live. They're probably in the house right now. Lock and key, not spelled how. Different lock and key. So I'm walking around literally for like 2 hours trying to find this. And it was also the day that Michael Jackson died.
Oh, we remember that day.
June 20.
We did a show.
Things.
2009.
Was that right?
Yes.
A day that will live in infamy.
A day that will live in grief for me.
Was it really June 25th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Check your Google Night.
We did a show on June 26th. You can go back and listen to that show with Dax Shepard, who we started talking about what a scumbag Michael Jackson was, and Dax got very uncomfortable with that line of conversation.
Oh,
but
is he friends with him?
No. Just, what celebrity wants to go on the record talking about another celebrity? And
don't pitch on beloved people the day after they die. The day after they die.
But it's been a year, though, now. We can all talk about it, right?
The day after they die.
Yeah, the day after maybe was a little soon, but we can talk about it now. He was a real fucking scumbag. Anyway, go ahead.
Distance myself from this trained logic over in the corner.
Topics that haven't been covered. Michael Jackson. Yeah. What a weird face he had. See, you're used to that. With your.
So it was the day.
Oh,
that
so I was walking around and it's Brooklyn, so like people are playing like Michael Jackson songs, you know. Yeah. But as I like get more desperate about trying to find my car, the song choices also get more desperate. So in the beginning, it's like, Smooth Criminal, but by the end, it's like Earth Song or whatever. Seriously, it's like, have you seen my childhood is playing?
Have you seen my childhood?
Yeah, have you seen my car? So we can't find the car, so we call 911, and they're like, and I know they're like, your car was stolen. And I was like, I don't think it would have been stolen because there was a Martin Scorsese movie shooting there, and there were like people around the whole time.
So you're arguing with the policeman.
But they're like, it was stolen. So I go home, I play video games, I wake up the next day, we call the cops show up, and they're like, okay, let's get in the car and drive around and look for it. Yeah, their car. Which seems like so inefficient to me. Like, we're just going to drive around and like hopefully run into the car that somebody stole.
That's so strange.
Remember, you're a pretty handsome guy. It's lonely out in that square.
Just need a handsome, swarthy man in the back.
I've never been to Pakistan. What's that like?
Is it pretty hot?
Yeah, must be kind of
You like spicy food?
You're used to having spicy things in your mouth?
Yeah. Like policeman dick?
Is that pretty
Little Gary, I'm going to have to ask you to
refrain. Right to it. We
refrain from that.
How dare you? I made this show.
We can intimate things like that, but we can't actually say them.
Yeah, all the double entendres are gone.
I love this country more than almost anybody.
You don't love the USA more than me.
I'm not a citizen, but I love it.
Where are you from?
You know, I'm French Canadian.
I keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
So you drive around.
We drive around for 45 minutes, and then in a street like 4 blocks over, we find the car, and there's like a sticker on it that says "moved by movie production." So like they just moved it and didn't tell anybody. Like Martin Scorsese was just like, "Oh, you like this car? Well, go fucking find it now."
What?
And then on the sticker, it also said "moved to," and then the address of where I found the car, but the sticker was on the car. So once you find the car, you have all the information you need to find the car that you just found.
That's your plan.
Do you think Scorsese was in your car?
Yeah, I like to imagine him like, oh man, I gotta drive this around now. His shitty.
Somebody should move his eyebrows.
Wait, what?
Back
what about
to
his
the
eyebrows?
crack of his ass where they came from.
You heard what I said.
What? Does he? Can't he not? Can he not move his eyebrows?
No.
We're just saying they're too bushy, and
they're amazing.
So someone should move them.
I see. Yeah.
There's children hiding in his eyebrows playing doctor.
Right. Like he moves something that's close to me, so let's move something that's valuable.
You should start
to
an
him.
awareness campaign for that, Lil Gary.
Yeah, people with eyebrows freak me out.
Children hiding in eyebrows.
Yeah, children. The children hiding in somebody's eyebrows.
Write a song about that next time you're here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
See if you can spare the 2 minutes to write that song. We do have one other special guest who's going to come out right now, and we didn't know if he was going to make it. He's a curious fellow that I met a while ago. He was sort of, I used to do this show, or it still is on indie1031.com, which is a great radio station, and I was given an announcer for the show, and he only worked one day, and barely that, and since then he's gone on to work in rodeos and as a piñata. Anyway, his name is Lil Gary. Did he make it?
Aukerman, I want to thank. I'm so glad there's a no cameras policy in this show.
Hi, Lil Gary. Or is it Lil, or what do I call you? Gary? I can't remember.
Oh, Gary, so bad. I'm out of breath from the thing. Oh, God, I'm falling asleep.
Oh, no, he's falling asleep. He must be standing up. For the home listener, if you haven't heard of Lil Gary before, he's, and Dave, this is your first time meeting him.
Chewbacca, don't eat me, Chewbacca.
Lil Gary is so small that the blood circulation doesn't get to his body, so he can only fall asleep when he stands up. Oh, he sat back down. He's awake. He's somewhere in between a midget and mini-me. He's kind of on that scale. And he has a very peculiar voice. I don't know why he decided to get into radio.
The sweet residuals.
The sweet residuals. So, Gary, what have you been up to since we last saw you?
Man, I was working as a piñata.
Working as a piñata, yes.
I was down to Ciudad Juarez. And they can't afford piñata, so they use a guy sometimes.
I have no idea what you just said. Any way you can clear it up, slow it down?
They can't afford a piñata, so they use a guy sometimes.
Much better, thank you. Now, Lil Gary, we heard over the holidays that you had passed away. We had quite a jolt and a scare there.
That was a terrible quinceañera.
I'm guessing. I think I heard the word quinceañera.
Zeke
Heil? I think what?
Oh yeah, I kind of getting into white power lately.
Getting into white power?
No, I said C. Claro.
Oh, C. Claro. Okay.
I agree with you, lady.
Well, Dave, any questions?
Nothing but.
Well, it's great to see you both.
That I could make out.
Dave, tell us what you've been up to since the last time you were booked on the show and didn't come. What? You're doing stand-up lately. You did some shows with us last night here at South by Southwest.
Yeah. I think I did what was called an early and a late show.
I believe that is a technical term.
I think that's the stand-up lingo. But yeah, I started doing I started just before Christmas for financial reasons.
Get it together. Wait, for financial reasons.
Well, I could say it was for the the artistic challenge, but I heard that if you're marginally famous and you can put together like 20 minutes, you can go out and bilk the public for a lot of money. Thank you, public.
So you've been putting together an act. You've been going out there on the road. And, what are you doing? You like working towards a big tour? Or?
Well, I'm hoping once I've got enough material, I'm hoping to go out and just do tour, play clubs, and do shows. I'm up to about 45 minutes, which is almost enough to call an act.
Yeah.
I think.
About just under an hour would be great. Yeah.
Well, that's 45 minutes. That's 3/4 of an hour.
Well, that's fantastic. Have anyone seen Dave's stand-up? Did you see any of his shows? Yeah. If you like hearing the C word, you're in luck because it's coming up several times during your show.
Are there children in the audience on account of Pee Wee being here? Because that's something I should be aware of.
I think they all took off.
They children were like, oh, great, I can say cunt.
Finally.
Oh, now I can breathe.
I have to tell you, during that whole interview, I was keeping it in.
You don't want to scar.
We're going to tip a lot of our tongues.
All right. Well, it's great to have you. It's great to have you both here. We have a little bit more time on the show. And,
there was a part when I said cunt was on the tip of our tongues.
Yeah, we.
Here's a slow burn!
We have a Lil Gary. Are you all right?
Yeah, fine. Keep going.
I hate to hear the word "slow burn" in any context around you.
Slow burn, somebody's yeah.
I take it Lil Gary's been emulated. Emulated, that's the term? Emulated, that's it.
He has a propensity for getting into accidents.
That Baker's dozen times.
A dozen times?
That Baker's dozen, one extra.
All right. We have time for one of our most popular features if you guys want to play.
Sure.
Would anyone be interested in playing a little bit of Would You Rather?
Oh.
All right, it's time to play Would You Rather.
All right.
Yeah, it's time to play. There we go.
I'm there.
The very small amount of rehearsal we had covered this, I believe. A little louder if we could. It's really meant to be... All right, that's yes.
I was working on that with Judd Apatow.
All right, so it's time to play Would You Rather. We all know how we play this. First, we fade the music, like we practiced. And then... what I like is that a lot of new listeners are going to come to the show for the Paul Rubens interview, and they are immediately going to get turned off.
I am a divider. Speak about.
All right, we all know how we play this. Basically, people send us Would You Rather scenarios to our Twitter account, which is at CDRY. No, fuck. Okay, CDRWYR.
There still might be kids here. Come on.
Okay, and they send us these scenarios, and then I will read the scenarios, and then I will open the floor for questions. You can ask me any question you like about either scenario. I have all the information here at my fingertips. And then I will close the floor for questions. We will vote, and then we will tally up the points.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention.
All right, here we go. All right, so Robert Schley asks, would you rather only eat anthropomorphic fish?
Yes!
We don't vote yet. That is a classic Would You Rather blunder, Lil Gary.
Every time.
Would you rather eat only anthropomorphic fish who told hilarious jokes right before you ate them, or eat your hands every morning? Would you rather only eat anthropomorphic fish who told hilarious jokes right before you ate them, or eat your hands every morning? All right, I'm opening the floor for questions.
Yeah.
Yes, any questions?
Seems like a fairly straightforward choice.
No, you don't have all the answers yet.
These anthropomorphic fish, are they anthropomorphic only in that they tell jokes? Or do they have arms for fins? How anthropomorphic are these fish?
Yeah, we're talking about an incredible Mr. Limpet scenario.
Are we?
Lil Gary,
Sir!
Lil Gary is correct. They are anthropomorphic in the sense of that when they're underwater, instead of swimming like fish do, they tend to stand and use their fins as like arms and legs.
Do they look like donuts?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
It's a lot like Shark Tale, which is a film very close to my heart, where their faces are a lot like the faces of celebrities as well. So Will Smith's face is what we modeled the lead character in Shark Tale after. So it's a lot like that. So it's almost like you're eating a celebrity who's a fish every day.
Yeah. Who's telling jokes.
Who's telling jokes, yeah. Which maybe you enjoy that. Maybe you enjoy the jokes and you don't mind eating a fish that's alive who tells you a joke.
Hey, Matt, Skylerman.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might be quicker to eat them if I wasn't enjoying the jokes, though.
Question from Lil Gary.
Do your hands taste like hands or do they taste like food?
Great question. I believe for the listener, do your hands taste like hands or taste like food? Your hands actually taste like pizza with hand topping. So it's like bread and tomato sauce.
This is like a taste for the great King Solomon when he cut that baby in half.
Did you say the King Sodomy?
Would like our hands grow back every day, or would we have to like just portion out our hands over the course of a lifetime? Like would have to be like, oh, that's all I can. All right, that's it for today.
Great question, Dave.
Yeah.
For the first 20 years, your hands grow back. And then you get used to eating, and you get used to eating 2 whole hands every day.
Yeah.
And then you have to portion them out at the end of 20 years for whatever time you have left in your life. And it's just not satisfying because you're used to eating those 2 hands every day, and then you have to portion it out.
Does the option of eating anyone else's hands come in?
Great question.
Perhaps a derelict's hands.
Who?
A derelict.
Oh, a derelict.
Hobo. A lost man.
Hobo hands.
Hobo hands. Could we eat hobo hands?
Hobo hands.
On Friday, because you're Catholic, yes, you eat a hobo's hand.
Yeah, have a hobo hand. Hobo hand.
Lil Gary, question?
Can you put liquor on them?
What? Again, you're going to have to slow it down at least. Add some consonants, maybe.
Look at me down there.
I think I heard, can you put lemonade on them?
Lick-a-made.
Lick-a-made?
Can you put lick-a-made on them?
Yeah.
I think
Only the Canadian guy understands me. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like backwards there.
What exactly is lick-a-made?
It's like a powdered sugar with flavor added to it.
Yeah.
It usually comes with a candy stick that you lick and dip in the powdered sugar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, great question. No. No, in this universe, Lick-a-Made is banned by the evil warlord who rules as, yes, the Phantom Zone, yes.
You're going to send it to the Phantom Zone.
Yes, General Zod has outlawed Lick-a-Made.
Good enough.
Good to know, yes. Dave, any other questions for you? You haven't asked a lot of questions about the fish.
I haven't about the fish? No.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. The fish. Could they be prepared in a light lemon sauce?
Great question. Unfortunately, the warlord who presides over this dimension, Malcolm Jamal Warner, he has outlawed lemons. Yeah, so...
This is like the Twilight Zone. Where Malcolm Jamal Warner
All right, I'm just about to close the floor for questions. Here we go. I'm closing the floor. The floor is closed. All right, gentlemen, how do you like to vote? We'll start with Dave Foley.
I think all in all, I think I'm going to, I would eat the anthropomorphic fish.
And why is that? Oh, we have some applause here from the gentleman in the front row. He appreciates that choice.
Because I have a strong desire to actually eat human flesh, and I figure that's probably the socially acceptable way of experiencing it.
Now, this is where I'm confused. You have a strong desire to eat human flesh, and yet you will not eat your own hands.
Well, no, that seems seems masturbatory, I guess.
To eat the hands that you've masturbated with?
Yes.
This is like getting into Jeff Dahmer territory now.
All right, so we have one vote for the anthropomorphic fish. And Lil Gary, how do you like to vote?
I would eat Will Smith's hands.
Was that an option?
That was not an option, but
I forgot what you said.
It appears Lil Gary is calling an audible, and he is...
Eat Will Smith's hands. Eat Will Smith's hands.
Oh, he stood up again. He got so excited about eating Will Smith's hands, he stood up to run out to try to go do it, and fell right asleep.
That would be a shame, because I believe each of Will Smith's hands are launching their own film careers right now.
Men in Black 3.
He's named them some strange combination of him and Jada's names.
Yes.
Action films.
Wait. Maybe if we're all quiet, we can maybe get a glimpse into what Lil Gary is dreaming about.
I can eat your hands, Will Smith. Oh, really? Okay, sure. Oh, no, it was a trap. It was a trap.
Oh, it's a trap. He's been trapped.
These are in your whole hands. This was all a trap.
Oh, he's back up. What? Hey, Lil Gary. What were you dreaming about?
I did crazy dreams that Arsenio Hall trapped me.
So you vote for Will Smith's hands, and you vote for anthropomorphic fish. Well, unfortunately for you, Dave, Lil Gary won that round because he realized Will Smith's hands were an option.
Going to Miami, going to Miami.
So, Lil Gary, you get 1 point. Dave, you're at 0.
In retrospect, I feel foolish for not going with the Will Smith option.
That's, you're a novice at the game.
Yes.
All right, we have one last one, but this one's worth 1 million points, so it's anyone's game.
All right.
This comes to us from Kurt Luders. His Twitter handle is @BasemanKurt. Oh, that's terrible. Baseman. I'm the Baseman.
The author hosts MTV News. Okay.
All right.
And fuck you, it sounded like Kurt Loder.
I have a feeling it's easier to hear from out here.
Yeah, it's a little tough for us to hear.
You can't.
We're missing roughly 100% of what you're saying.
That's why you gotta get the monitors.
So I'm following the improv rule of yes, and what was that?
A very little-known rule.
Yeah.
All right, this comes to us from Kurt Luders. Kurt asks, would you rather have a bowl of chocolate ice cream?
Of course.
Don't vote yet. Or have a bowl of vanilla ice cream? All right.
What celebrity does vanilla ice cream look like?
I haven't opened the floor for questions.
I retract my question.
All right, very good. I will not dock you points then if you retract it. Very good, sir. Thank you. Retracted, yes.
All right. I just want to say choosing the name Baseman is not the least interesting choice he's made.
All right, I am opening the floor for questions for the Baseman. Dave, question about either scenario? You don't have all the info now. That's
I don't have all the info. There's I can't imagine what to ask. I guess.
I have a question. Is the chocolate ice cream made out of nightmares?
Great question. Yes, the chocolate. See, this is how you play. The chocolate ice cream is made out of nightmares. Yes. Yes.
Then may I ask, on a similar vein, the vanilla ice cream, is it made out of the lost virtue of children?
Dave, no, that's ridiculous. What? It's just vanilla ice cream. Don't be crazy. No, the chocolate ice cream is made out
of nightmares.
Does the chocolate have Jimmy's on it?
Yeah, what's on it?
Jimmy's on it. It has all Jimmys. Yeah, Jimmy Walker, Jimmy J.J. Walker.
Took you a long time to think of a second Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm still going.
Hey, boy, genius.
Jimmy
Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart. Oh, thank you. Oh, boy, that was a close one. Crisis averted.
Jimmy Franco, if you're close enough to him.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has Jimmys on it. All Jimmys of all sorts. Yeah, they just rest on top of the nightmares.
Yeah.
All right, questions, Dave?
I have one.
Oh, Lil Gary has another one.
How much is this vanilla ice cream going to cost me?
That is a great question. It's not free, of course.
No.
No, the chocolate ice cream, because it's made...
I'm on the 50 top.
Okay, I don't think anyone got that one.
What?
Oh, I'm on a fixed income. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, would you like to come up here and translate for us by any chance? Please, make your way to the stage if you can. We finally found someone who understands what Lil Gary is saying. Please, come on up here.
Amazing.
Oh, my goodness. Come up here, young lady. Take the stairs.
I believe that's what the new media people call narrowcasting.
No idea. Ma'am, what is your name? Lindsay?
Lindsay.
Oh, how did I know that? Lindsay, you're going to sit there, and if we ever have a question, you confer with Lil Gary, cover the mic, and like you're a lawyer, testifying at a hearing. All right, here we go. Okay, the last question was, how much does the ice cream cost? The chocolate...
How much said ice cream cost?
I think we're good on that. I understood that. The chocolate ice cream, because it's made of the harvested nightmares of Haitian children.
Oh, God, wow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, you guys didn't ask about that. That's just free information I'm throwing in. That is free. Because the harvesting process doesn't take a lot of time to do that.
Their nightmares are really right at the surface.
Yeah, they're just right there. They just kind of like all...
It's not a lot of buried childhood angst. It's just, my city fell down.
Oh, dear.
It's true. I'm just glad Sean Penn wasn't here to see that.
I'm just saying they don't have a lot of time for daddy issues.
Penn gonna punch you in the mouth.
I think we got that. Sean Penn gonna punch you in the mouth, yes. But the vanilla ice cream is the most delicious vanilla ice cream you've ever eaten in your life. And
please don't be over $3.
It's so good. It's like a specialty item. It's better than any Ben & Jerry's ice cream that you would ever have. It costs $3.18.
That's true.
For what quantity?
For 25 scoops.
Oh.
You can't buy it in less than 25 scoops, though. Unfortunately, they sell it in bulk.
Does it come with a T-shirt from the store?
In which scenario, Lil Gary?
Both. The Haitian nightmares. And where is the president?
Great question. The chocolate ice cream comes with the T-shirts, actually, that were sent to the Haitian children in the wake of the disaster.
I would have to get off of that thing pretty soon.
So, like a Nike Just Do It T-shirt, and I'm a Stupid T-shirt.
Oh yeah, and everything from Wyclef's last tour.
Oh no, Lil Gary's the bad guy?
I really got to point out that us saying this is really the least of the Haitian children's problems. You might want to relax.
So does that answer your question, Lil Gary?
What was my
Can we get a translation?
No, it's not like dolphin talk where you... Oh, it's not like... Oh my God, they understand each other. That's amazing, like rabbits.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be the miracle worker.
Yeah.
You were making fun of the Japanese people. We couldn't let that happen.
What?
You were making fun of the Japanese people, Lil Gary.
Oh, Gary.
Lil Gary.
Oh.
She's your translator. She heard it.
She was protecting you.
Oh, my translator is about to get unfollowed.
For shame, Lil Gary. I'm going to have to dock you 900,000 points for that. All right, but you can still win.
All right.
Any other questions here?
I had my answer already written on a piece of paper backstage.
Oh, wow. This is some sort of magic trick.
Yeah.
Dave, anything else on this?
I can't think of anything else.
All right, we're going to close the floor for questions. Here we go. All right, we're going to vote.
I do have one more question.
Oh, okay. Well, let me open the floor back up.
Will it somehow...
It's not open yet. I said let me open it back up. All right, we're open.
Will choosing the Haitian children's nightmare chocolate benefit those Haitian children who we have the deepest sympathy for?
Great question, Dave. Why, yes. Every time you eat a scoop, you donate $10 to the Red Cross.
Then I'm ready to make my choice.
I'm closing the floor. Dave, what is your choice?
Like everyone else here, I think I'm going to choose to eat the horrible nightmares of Haitian children in the form of a chocolatey ice cream dessert.
Even though, Dave, you are trapped with those nightmares forever.
That was not mentioned until this moment. I think that was not mentioned until this moment.
You never asked that question.
No.
I was waiting.
Well, I am a man of my hastily said word.
All right.
So, yes.
So your body will be made of nightmares.
Trust me, it's pretty much there already.
All right, then.
But at least you made one $10 donation to the Red Cross.
Lil Gary, how do you like to vote?
Swirl!
I think we have a winner, Lil Gary. You are the winner, and that is how we play Would You Rather. There it is. Uh-oh. All right, that is how we play Would You Rather. We have, this has been a great show. I want to thank everyone for coming out.
Another great episode of Comedy Death Ray Radio, as Comedy Bang Bang was called back then in March 2011, live from South by Southwest on Bang Bang by Request, with Scott Aukerman, Dave Foley and Tom Lennon as Lil Gary, an episode that also features Pee Wee Herman himself, Paul Rubens. That live ep was originally part of the regular free shows. It's episode 96, or a back-to-back 69, and is now behind the paywall, along with over 130 live episodes, 131, which have never been heard free. All available at ComedyBangBangWorld.com. That's like having over 2 years of new episodes, which is pretty cool. But did you know there are 113 Comedy Bang Bang eps not behind the paywall, still free wherever you listen to podcasts and at earwolf.com? CBB episodes up to a year old are all free, of course. But Scotty Ox has also unlocked 52 episodes, including best-ofs and several shows featuring the late, great Harris Whittles. and also quite a few anniversary episodes, all still free, including this, the 10-hour 10th anniversary from April 2019. Two guests on that show are Tom Lennon and Rob Huebel, Scott's guests from episode 1, another show that's free to listen to, by the way. And after they chat, there's a surprise visit from Lil Gary, his 10th and final appearance on CBB. As requested many times on Babyface Bren over the years by Lil Gary fans, including GV, I hope I pronounced that correctly, here's the last, literally, of Lil Gary.
Oh my gosh, look who's at the door.
Oh my gosh, who is this?
Look who it is. Oh.
Who is it? Step into the light.
Hey, everybody! It's the guy you working out. Hot shot for me!
Oh my gosh, it's little Gary, the tiny little weirdo who used to come by the show.
I got burned so bad, man.
The scarred little
What happened to
imp.
him?
I was cooking up some whippets. And I got my face right in there. Oh, I got my face
You got your face right in there. Oh my gosh. You
Doing
look
whippets while he was cooking?
Yeah, I cooking. What are you doing? I was making a story of a Guy Fieri.
Your entire body looks like it was just crushed between a panini press.
Look at my genitals.
No, thank you.
No, behold.
I'm going to pass on that offer to look at your genitals. Little Gary, what have you been up to? I haven't seen you in maybe 6 years.
I was trying to see the Juarez for a little bit.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to translate exactly what you said.
I was trying to open a new Guy Fieri establishment.
You were trying to open a new Guy Fieri establishment?
In Juarez.
In Juarez. I thought he said the word
Yeah.
walrus.
Then I found out it was more like a prank.
Oh, someone was pranking
it was a
you.
prank
A prank.
Was this an Ashton Kutcher pump situation?
I will never know.
You will never know.
No, it was just there was no infrastructure.
What a terrible show. They have you go and open up a whole restaurant in a different country.
Guy Fieri
as a
restaurant,
prank.
and then they never tell you who is instigating the prank?
Who would do that to a person?
Oh, who would do that?
Who would do that to a person?
Who
would do that? Are you asking it?
Are you
that's
asking
rhetorical?
I also feel like, are you saying the word replacing? Or
Did he say pussy?
are you talking about pussy right now?
One
It's
thing-
not that kind of show.
One thing that happened is I got a lot of pussy.
Okay.
You did get a lot of pussy.
Okay.
Little Gary, you were not so little during those times, I would
Okay,
imagine.
I'm gonna pass away now.
You're dying. Because the last time you were on the show, you were still alive, and then people wonder where you went. But you're
Oh
gonna.
no, I was in a coma.
You're in coma. So you're gonna officially die right now. That's canon.
Look at this arrow in my back.
Oh, God.
Someone shot
the
an arrow
whole
in your
time
back.
He had an arrow in his back.
Do you want me to bury you anywhere, Todd? What is your name, Little Gary?
Okay, yeah, bury me over at the Pet Boys.
Okay. And he's dead. Oh my God! His last word.
Take him and bury him
His
at
last
the Pet
words
Boys.
were Pet Boys. That's a good advertisement for Pet Boys.
Pet Boys. Brought to you by Pet Boys.
Pet Boys is bringing Pet Boys to itself. Well, Tom is gone, I guess. Or no, Tom. Okay, yeah, you're back. Thank you so much for being here.
Who's the little dead guy?
Oh, this guy, Little Gary.
It's
Have
a
you ever
long
come
story.
across him?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Ooh, weird genitals, though.
Very weird. And scarred.
It happened in it's a long story.
The scarred part of it is not the weird part either. That's the strange aspect of it.
Well, there you have it, the beginning and the end of Lil Gary, with a few highlights in between. A Tom Lennon tour de force from 4 of his 10 Lil Gary appearances. Too much? It was only an hour and 16 minutes. Maybe it just seemed longer. Well, don't blame me. That's bang bang by request for you. But if you want more of Lil Gary, all of Lil Gary, go to Comedy Bang Bang World. And now, from Lil Gary to Little Choices, starring Scott Aukerman with guests Jason Zooks Mantzoukas, played brilliantly as usual by Jeffrey Character-Wheaties, and Thomas Middleditch. I know Tommy Middledee is a controversial celebrity, and so some will be turning off now. Bye. Still here? I'm not surprised. Thomas Middleditch is easily the most popular friend of Comedy Bang Bang on Babyface Bren. The best of Thomas Middleditch being the most viewed CBB video and number 5 overall with almost 204,000 views. 20 times my subscribers. Come on people, click that button. Thomas Middleditch Part 2 has had 74,000 views. and Little Choices is in both, but I've never uploaded the whole thing as one video. In Tom Part 1, I used just the snippets of Little Choices that Scott used in the 2019 Best Of. Little Choices was number 2 for that year, beaten by Memphis, Kansas Breeze with Yacht. For the Tom sequel, I used bits of Little Choices I hadn't included in Part 1. It's very confusing, and a little choice I probably should have reconsidered at the time. But anyway, better late than never, I'm playing the whole thing now. Well, the full Kaitlin part anyway, after a short chat about pizza pans. On Bang Bang by Request, definitely a contender for my favourite episode, easily in my top 3, Scott Aukerman, Jason Mantzoukas, and Mad Middleditch. Tommy Middle D in Comedy Bang Bang 588. Little Choices.
Oh, boy. But we do have our next guest to get to, and I don't know anything about this one. Did you get any information?
I did not, and I can't wait to find out after this break.
Yeah, after the break?
I'm assuming. Let's go to this break.
No,
we're this episode of Comedy Bang Bang brought to you
unfortunately,
by Totino's Pizza Rolls and Bonobos.
Unfortunately, Totino's and Bonobos. What if they teamed up?
Oh, Totino Nobos.
Totino Nobos. It's like
Bonibo.
Bonibo. Suddenly, you've had a stroke. Totino Bos, Bonibo, Bonibo.
Bonibo Pizza Pants.
Pizza Pants.
Yeah.
Yes, Bonibo Pizza Pants.
By the way,
also
episode title.
And also not a bad idea. I should spend the next year working on
Pizza Pants. Sorry, that's a legit idea.
Scott, do you have the Bonobos or Totino's corporations involved yet?
No.
But I want to perfect these things
Bonibo
first.
Pizza Pants is where it's at. Listen, if shit gets crazy, you just eat them into shorts.
Hopefully cargo shorts first, and then... I want to sell these. A Big Dog T-shirt.
Yep.
With what is it? Bonibos?
Bonibo Pizza Pants.
Bonibo Pizza Pants down on the bottom. You'd be looking smart for a night on the town.
Man, that is a fucking. You know what? We don't make enough clothing out of edible materials.
We don't. What about
just those fundy undies?
What?
The underwear that's made out of fruit roll-up material.
Yeah, fruit roll-up. That's what I was thinking. Fruit roll-up material. Why fruit roll-ups?
In terms of
being the only...
Instead of why not vegetable roll-ups or meat roll-ups?
Yeah, cauliflower.
I mean...
For edible underwear.
I would be curious. Why
they make
not?
Pizza crust out of it now.
Yeah,
Let's make some edible underwear out of it.
By the way, fucking this show so far
we've had
so many good ideas.
Home run ideas. That we have to copyright, by the way, before we get out of here.
We can't release this episode until we copyright every
Let's mail these to ourselves. All right, well, we do need to get to our next guest.
Right after this break.
No, we're going to roll right into it. I don't have any information about her, which is, I got to talk to our producer about that. But all I have is her name and only her first name. This really, we need to get a little more info on our guests before. She does, yeah. I've been checking her out of the side of my eye here for a couple minutes here. I've been side-eyeing her. I haven't been eye-fucking her, if that's what you're...
Oh, my God.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I didn't know you could hear that.
Yeah,
I didn't realize you had put on
all of it.
I'm sorry. I
just didn't know if I was supposed to speak.
Oh no, you are supposed to speak. I'll introduce you. All I have is your name, Kaitlin. Hello, Kaitlin.
Hi, I'm Kaitlin.
Hi, it's so nice to meet you.
Hi, yeah, but I just want everyone to know it's spelled kind of crazy.
Oh, how's it spelled?
It's spelled Kaitlin. So it's like crazy.
That's pretty much one of the accepted spellings.
That's
of
how
Kaitlin.
I would have guessed it was spelled, to be honest.
Maybe a C instead of the K, but...
No,
I was expecting one of those, a name with no vowels.
C apostrophe.
Or KTLN.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's kind of what I'm going for.
Wait, did you change it?
You did not achieve it.
Wait, how is it originally spelled?
Just like normal, just like KYTLYNNE.
That's the crazy one.
R.
Yeah, like normal way of spelling it. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of stand out because, Madonna has only one name, and
That's the only thing you can think of?
Other people only
There's
have
so
some
many
other
others.
things.
There's
Well,
Cher.
my fear-
Seal. Okay.
My
good.
fear would be that, I mean, no offense, Caitlin, I don't know what you do or
Please don't offend our guests immediately.
But
Jason.
I mean, I feel like let's say Caitlyn Jenner right now has already kind of become a very prominent Caitlyn. And if I was to just hear the name Caitlyn, I would think we were talking about Caitlyn Jenner because she's been so prominent in the news.
Madonna, she picked Madonna because no one else was using Madonna at the time.
Right. But mine's Kaitlin, but it's like, it's like kind of crazy spelling.
Right, but we don't know the spelling when we're just saying it out loud. People can't hear the spelling.
Yeah, I know, but you
How
would.
old are you, Caitlin?
I am 17 years old.
Okay.
So
We should take it a little easier on her.
I am a minor.
Okay.
Oh, is that true?
Isn't it?
What do you mean, Jason? Yeah, it
What's
is
a
true.
minor? Yeah,
It's like under 18. I
Oh,
think.
under 18. Okay, I thought it was under 16.
Well,
Like I'm a
in New
teen.
York, it's
I don't know. Yeah. Okay, you're a minor. I believe you're a minor.
Why do you have so much confusion on this point?
Huh? Don't worry about it. I just have to make some calls.
Caitlin, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you for coming on the show. May I ask, is there a reason you're on the show?
I got an email from your producer.
Right. Well, for those of you who have not heard this show, my name is Scott Aukerman. I'm the host, and I bring guests on, and we talk.
You're doing this like an hour into the show?
Sure. We do sort of a round table where we talk to guests, and sometimes we don't know the guests, and we don't know why they've come on the show.
It's probably because of my YouTube channel.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you have a YouTube channel.
See, this is one of those things that maybe, Scott, as like older, out of touch people, we don't know about like the
You're
cool
including yourself in
YouTube.
this.
Yeah, we don't know about the cool YouTube.
Maybe Kaitlin is
young YouTube stars.
Maybe Kaitlin is actually very famous when you hear the name Kaitlin, and we just don't know
exactly. Sometimes I'll drive here in Los Angeles. YouTube has a number of billboards in town where they're promoting their biggest YouTube stars, and like I will never know who those people are.
Yeah.
Whenever they're featured on the. And
That's your solemn vow.
No, I just am like they are so big they warrant a billboard that's just their face, and I've never heard.
I
of
would
this
love to
person.
see a billboard of just your face.
Really?
And just like Jason.
Oh my God! Just
And it's
like
not any
just like
specific
Lady
project.
Gaga, Allie, and
just Allie.
Stars Born.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's one of me now, and it just says Kaitlin.
Wow.
Really? Where is
Yeah.
this?
It's on Sunset Avenue.
Yeah.
at Sunset in
Avenue. That's a
Fairfax.
different. Because I know Sunset Boulevard. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not even like from here.
Where are you from?
I'm from Dayton, Ohio.
Oh wow!
Wow. So do you live here now, or are you visiting?
I'm like visiting because like probably I'll end up moving here because like that's where I'll probably end up needing to be.
I know a lot of young people on YouTube and so forth.
Yeah, I know. You don't even know what minors are.
Start with.
I know a lot of young people.
Is your podcast? No, I know they have like a theme to their podcast.
Yeah, what is your podcast
That's your
about?
podcast,
Like a
your
channel.
YouTube channel,
Yeah.
rather. Are you doing makeup tutorials?
Yeah.
Or you do unboxing
That's
videos?
very reductive makeup tutorials.
No, but it
That's
is like
because
it
she's
is
a
like
woman.
a lot, there is like makeup tutorials.
Oh, it is. Oh, he guessed it right.
But there's
Okay.
like also other stuff like I like will teach you like what some cute outfits to do or like how specifically to shave your head if you wanted to shave your head and remove all your hair and make sure it doesn't grow back.
Have you ever shaved? Wait a second. If you want to shave your head and you don't want it to grow back, how to do it? That's one of your tutorials?
Yeah, and it's like it's actually not that hard. You just have to know how to do it right.
What do you do exactly?
I don't even know.
And I don't know. I don't want to give away any of the stuff you give away on your
No,
channel. I
it's-
want people to go to your channel and see.
How do you
Most
scorch?
people have seen this one.
Yeah.
This is like actually kind of how I. This one is the one like that really got me
That
famous.
really
in
got
YouTube.
that launched you. How do you scorch the earth up there on top of the head?
It's funny you should say scorch. Like you first remove
Scorch.
You first remove the hair by conventional means, like clippers, and then you have to shave it.
Typical hair removing
and
procedure.
Yes, and then I have a hydrochloric acid in which I sort of apply to.
How do you get? That's like got to be hard for a 17-year-old to get.
I personally got mine from my science teacher because he told me he had some.
Oh,
okay.
He told. What? How did that conversation go?
Well, it was actually really funny. He said, "Caitlin, can I see you after class?" And I said, "Okay." And then when the class ended, I went up to sit, and he was like whispered to me. He said, "Hey, did you know that I have hydrochloric acid?" I was like, "No, I don't."
Why did he have to whisper? Were there other people around? At this
Why,
point,
is
or-
he, and why is he telling you? Does he? Oh wait, had he
I mean, I
seen
hadn't
any
even
of your
left to
videos?
that
Maybe
yet.
No, he
had
didn't.
you put out a call for hydrochloric acid or anything?
I'm on the honor roll, so maybe that was why.
Oh, you are.
It sounds a little bit like he was kind of bragging.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of like wanted me to know. I don't know.
He wanted you to know he had this hydrochloric acid. Did he have it?
Just burning a hole through his pocket, literally.
Did he make any suggestions about what he wanted to do with it, or?
And he wasn't speaking euphemistically. He was speaking of actual hydrochloric
I initially
acid.
thought like, okay, what's this guy mean? Then he's like,
So your mind immediately went to,
well, I was just,
he must be making.
It doesn't typically happen that people offer, if I want to see their hydrochloric acid, he asked me if I wanted to see it, so I say yes, and then he took me to his car and opened up the trunk, and there was like a ton
It was in his car.
There was
not
like
good.
6 gallons of it. I think
6 gallons?
6 gallons.
Yeah. He had some other chemicals and stuff in there, and
In the trunk of his car?
yeah, and like in the back seat, like his whole car was like packed. It was crazy.
Wow.
This is in Ohio?
Yeah, and he had like gunpowder and like
oh my gosh,
nitrous.
nitrous. So he is a lot of
like to do whippets.
I guess. I mean, you got to be able to use it for other stuff.
Did he have
too.
balloons? Like, what was he doing?
No, he didn't have any balloons, but he did have one balloon.
Wait, he had. First off, you didn't think he had any balloons. Well, and now you're remembering he had one.
Yeah,
all you need is really one balloon.
Yeah, like I mean, it's like I'm like, oh, cool. I didn't like register. Oh, there's a bag of empty balloons, but I did see there was one.
There was one balloon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, he
inflated
said,
or
no, that was deflated. It was
Okay.
like it was lying next to the nitrous tank though, but. And then he said, do you want any of this?
What was he talking about specifically?
Anything. And I was like, you know what? I have been looking for a way to shave heads and like make sure that their hair doesn't grow back. And he said,
you were interested in doing that on your own head?
Yeah, because definitely not on my own head.
Because I notice your hair
is.
I don't know whether it's a wig or
no. It's fully natural.
It's natural. Okay.
Yes.
So you were looking to do this on other people's heads,
just in case anyone wanted to do it.
Oh, okay.
Right? And so then I asked my friend.
Why do you say it like that?
Well,
are you not no longer?
No. I mean, like we're kind of close, but like she's kind of like my friend that I like ask to, do things.
Okay. So this is
makeup and stuff.
This is the friend that you like torture.
I don't torture her. Her name's Trish, and she's so sweet.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
When you are, let's say, and I don't know, maybe when I was a kid, we would go to the mall or to the movies. Like when you go out with your friends right now.
Yeah.
Does Trish come along?
No. Well.
Would you invite Trish out with your friends?
You gotta
to go to the
understand,
movies?
like she likes to be indoors mainly. Like she likes to be inside.
Okay, well, plenty of places you might go socially.
The mall
like
or the movies
like she
are
likes
indoors.
Computers and like books.
Sure. So, but like if you were to be like,
library?
Let's go on a girls' ski trip, it would be who?
Well, she probably wouldn't. Well, it'd be like Martine and like Alyssa.
Martine and Alyssa. Okay.
And Janae. And probably Trish probably wouldn't come, only because I bet if we asked her, she'd be like, no, I can't. And like
maybe she would appreciate being asked.
She has trouble fitting into like equipment.
Do you think that she would not go because she has to spend so much time applying salve to her wounds?
Well, now after the tutorial, but she likes her look. She likes it. She's told me, she's like, oh yeah, thank you so much. Like now I can wear different types of hairstyles because I prefer wigs now.
Did you do this with her permission?
Of course. I didn't hold her down and
Did you put peanut butter on her head?
Oh boy.
No, but I know what you do that. I know you use peanut butter for.
What is that?
You get dogs to lick your penis. You get them to lick the penis right off of you if you could.
Oh.
Careful.
That's all guys want, isn't it?
That's the Scott Aukerman story right there.
Anyway, yeah, you shave it and then you put acid on it and then it it seals the pores.
It just kind of burns. I mean, does it look like Two-Face up there? Or?
Your hair still grows. There's just no escape for the hair to grow out through the skin.
So it grows into your head?
It grows into the head.
Yeah, then you
so
sort
it
of
looks
have
like you're wearing a bald cap?
You sort of have like a hair, like a head of ingrown hair.
So is like her brain wrapped in hair?
Yes, but it's under the skin.
Yeah.
Isn't that neat?
Well, the brain normally is.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So it's a science experiment on a number of different levels.
Yeah, and I guess my second biggest video on my channel was when I found the portal.
The Portos? Did you say you found a Portos?
Portugal?
You found a Portos in your hometown?
No, like the portal. You guys know
the game Portal.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay.
What do you
mean?
Yeah, I guess we're hearing you correctly. Portal? Is that what you said?
Yeah, like I was outside.
This is a video on YouTube of you finding a portal.
Yeah, you go to Kaitlin. You go to it's called Kaitlin.
Is this like when
Caitlin's
Logan,
So Fresh.
Logan, what's his name, found the suicide forest?
I guess, kind of, except I didn't make fun of it.
Okay, good.
So you go to Kaitlin So Fresh.
Kaitlin So Fresh, and
and there's a video of you finding a portal. What's it? A portal? Like do you mean like a tunnel?
I was initially like reviewing skies because like sometimes I go out there and say, oh, like so blue, 6 out of 10. You know, like
you review. Now that's interesting.
Not a lot of people review the sky.
That's very interesting because I oftentimes think to myself when I'm looking at the weather in the morning, the weather app. You know,
Sure.
I wish it would give me a sky review because I want to know what I'm looking at today.
Yeah,
6 out of 10.
You want to know like a metric in which you can judge skies by.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kaitlin So Fresh is like a whole sub-channel of sky
Every single
reviews.
day you do this?
I try to.
What are the components of a sky that you're looking at when you want to review
is it color? Is it?
Yeah, I'm looking at color. I'm looking at like
hues,
cloud coverage.
Okay.
I'm looking at like
position of the sun.
Like,
yeah,
what's
exactly.
today?
Like I was going to say time of day.
Today's like what's today out?
Today here, well, you have like a nice, you have kind of like a light blue sky, so it's like not that bold.
So you like bold colors in your skies?
Well, here's what also takes it down a notch. Is like LA, there's like there's a brown part.
Well, smog. Yeah.
So you don't like brown things?
Oh boy.
I guess that came out a different way than I wanted it to.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. What are you doing?
You'd have to give me a list of brown things, and I can tell you which ones I do like and then which ones I don't.
You want a list of brown things? I'll try to compile this.
Short list of brown things. I'm like probably not that brown exclusive.
I think shit is number one with a bullet.
Yeah, I don't like that. Although shit was pretty good to like cover Trish's head initially after the hydrochloric acid.
Wait,
treatment.
you covered her head in shit?
Yeah, after the treatment, it's
I'm gonna
tough.
be honest. It sounds like you are bullying Trisha.
Trisha is like one of my dear friends who who is like integral to the channel.
Okay. Was she involved in the portal? You know
Yeah.
what? Let's talk about the portal, but I want to talk.
Actually, you don't want to talk about sky reviews?
You know
I
what?
do want to talk about sky reviews,
but I don't want to get away from the portal.
Yes, and we need to take a break before we get to that. So
Bobino's Pizza Pants?
Yes. So Bobino's Pizza Pants is one of our new sponsors.
Culture Bang Bang brought to you by Bobino's Pizza Pants and Sweet Sweet Sweater Meat.
What about like Bobina's Pizza Pants? Eat where you sit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or sit where you eat.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you can't sit where you eat.
You can't sit.
Now you can sit where you eat.
Yeah.
Well, now you can shit where you eat. Literally.
Yeah. Instead of shitting where you eat, try sitting where you eat. That's better. Yeah. I have a new partner on this.
Great. By the way, great work running this straight into the ground.
Oh, damn. All right. We're going to come back and hear about this portal, which I guess has something to do with the Sky reviews. And maybe Trish is involved in this. We'll be right back with more Jason Mantzoukas and more Kaitlin right after this.
Yeah.
Comedy Bang Bang. We're back here with Jason Mantzoukas of the Long Dumb Road out for rental and for buying purposes. It's about 90 minutes?
Yep. It's about 90 minutes. Clock's in at about 90 minutes.
Sweet 90.
It's brisk. It's funny. It's delightful.
We also have Kaitlin here, whom, if you are under 20, you probably have heard of.
Maybe.
Maybe. Big billboard out there on Sunset Avenue, from what I understand. And
right there in Sunset Avenue.
Kaitlin So Fresh on YouTube.
Kaitlin So Fresh. So look it up. Hopefully during the break, you listen to our ads, but while you were listening to them, maybe you looked up Kaitlin So Fresh on YouTube and watched the video we're about to talk about. But before the break, you were describing how you found what you describe as a portal on one of your videos.
Well, I know it's a portal. It's been confirmed.
By who?
Guinness Book of World Records,
NASA?
Scientists.
No, the
Elon Musk.
What if he were out there just confirming things?
By the way, I would believe it.
I'm Elon Musk, and I confirm that. All right.
It's like
Cool,
verified on social media. It's just got like a Musk check.
That gets a 9.2 on the Musk-mo-meter.
Yeah. No, it was by the Mole Man.
Oh.
What's that?
Now,
There's like
this
a
is
mole-
interesting.
There's like a mole.
The Mole Man.
It's all in the video. I mean, if you want to like YouTube search, you go like, I found a portal.
You should describe
yeah,
it
you
for
should.
us.
Just for those people, because there might be people who don't tune in.
Don't have access to a computer. Maybe they have dial-up.
Okay, well, like sometimes like I will walk in this like path that's kind of near my house. You know, when I'm doing my
This
sky
is in
reviews.
Ohio.
Yeah, and I'm doing my sky reviews, and just to like get away from like my parents or whatever, and just like talk to the camera.
So you're talking about sometimes you leave the house and you walk down a path.
I walked down a path.
Just like, is it a kind of a rural area that you live in a little
it's like
bit?
between some farmland.
And the reason you do this is sometimes you want to get away from your parents.
Yeah, and I want to record on my videos. So
So you described leaving the house and walking down a path and the reasons why you do it. Great. Now continue.
I think the only outstanding elements are Mole Man and Portal.
Yep. Look, I'm on board now. Your motivation rings true to me.
Yeah.
You want to get away from your
You know
parents?
what? You've made the individual universal because we all understand that impulse and
that feeling of wanting to get away from our parents and walking down a path.
And feeling like looking at the sky gives you a little bit of scope and perspective on the life that you're living. And now, Mole Man.
Well,
and Portal.
I saw this rock, this big rock that I thought I might get on top of, right, to get like a better, clearer view of the sky. Because
was this rock new to you, or had
I'd seen it a lot. Like
you'd seen it a lot, never thought much of it.
Yeah, and I sort of.
But one day, inspiration struck, and you said, "Let me climb that rock."
Well, because there's some trees like blocking the view of the sky, like I just wanted to get a little bit more elevation, I guess.
Sure.
And then as soon as I stepped on the rock, I slipped and then went on the other side of the rock and fell down a large hole. And I slipped and slid, and it was like this whole tunnel system, and it was water. It's all in the video.
Wait, was it almost like a water slide, but a choose your own adventure water slide, where you instead of going down.
Have you've seen the video?
No, I haven't seen the video, but in a normal water slide, the lifeguard pushes you down and you only go down one slide.
Yeah.
You could go down, you sort of choose.
There was multiple avenues to go down.
Was it like in Goonies?
Yeah, except as Scott was saying, like little choices.
Yeah. How are the choices presented?
There was like eight. There was 8, and they're all called Lil choices. There was 8
LIL apostrophe.
Yeah, there was like these little
they were labeled.
Yeah, these little like
Lil
forks.
choices. And so if we watch the video, which obviously almost everybody listening has,
hopefully you'll pause.
It has like already like $400 million.
We will see Lil words pop up, Lil choices.
Yeah, on these little, they had these like little signs.
It sounds like a video game.
Well, there are these little signs, and it's kind of like Splash Mountain, or
sure,
it's like a little wacky. Like it was wacky down there.
Splash Mountain, though, as far as I know, they only have one.
Yeah.
Precipice.
This was Goonies meets Splash Mountain with Lil choices.
But where
Bandersnatch.
But where do you end up? Is my question, because it sounds like to me. No offense.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like you fell down a well.
No, it was like
it sounds a little bit like you fell down.
Which, by the way,
Pretty.
you described it as you tried to step on the rock. You went through the rock to the other side of the rock and
fell
then down a hole.
Fell down the other side.
Yeah, I fell down the other side of the rock.
Was the rock a hologram?
No, I stepped on the rock and I slipped.
Oh, you slipped on top of the rock and then I traveled down.
And then it was blocking this hole that was on the ground.
So where does the portal get? Like when I think of a portal, I think of a portal to another dimension.
Well, I haven't even gotten to the portal.
Oh, interesting.
Wait, you haven't gotten to the portal? This is just a hole in the ground?
This is a hole in the ground.
With
little choices. I'm telling you.
I thought this was the portal.
No.
My
so
mistake.
Someone in our dimension labeled these little choices?
Look, I don't know. There was
we
there
don't
was
have any
so many other
answers on
choices, and I don't know what one of the other choices led to other choices. Like there could be more than 8 little choices. Okay. I just experienced 8 little choices.
Okay.
And you made your choice. How did you make your choice?
Yeah. Did you try and be morally upstanding, or did you make choices based on?
Were they based on
your
morals
baser
or
desires?
Okay, I'll give you an example.
In a choose your own adventure, you can choose the bad thing or the
But
good
I don't know
thing.
how you choose which port or which.
I'll give you an example. Like at one point, and again, this is all in the video. Like at one point, the like what am I trying to say? Like the tunnel, the chute, like leveled out, and so you sort of came to a stop, and it's like wet. It's like
it is wet.
Yeah, there's like water everywhere.
The wet tunnel that you're shooting through.
Yeah,
got it.
Yeah.
So the water is helping you propel your journey.
So it sounds a lot like a water slide.
And then you sort of slide out, you stop, and then
come to a stop.
Then
there's two little tunnels that branch off, and this says a little choice, and then there's
it says a little choice.
A little choice.
No, it just says little choice.
Little choice.
And then there's like a TV, and it played the last scene of what's that? Elijah Wood, The Good Son.
Okay.
And when she's on the cliff, and she's got the 2 boys like holding the boys before they fall.
It played the last scene of The Good Son.
Yeah, and it cut before she made the choice.
Oh.
And you're just supposed to say Culkin or Wood.
Okay.
Culkin or you say one of them?
Yeah.
You say it out loud.
Yeah.
And you knew that instinctually?
I said Wood because I like his eyes. They're so big.
So you shouted out Wood because on the screen it said it showed you this, and then it
You'll
cuts.
see it because I'm like recording the whole time.
Right.
So it cuts, and then on the
We
screen.
could just watch the video and talk
I'm far more interested in actually hearing about it.
So then it goes Hulk or Wood, and I because I didn't really know what to do. I said Wood.
You just shouted it out.
Yeah.
Wood.
No, well, I was like Wood, like that.
Okay,
I was like
Wood.
timid. I was a little scared because it's like
Right.
not every day that you go down a crazy tunnel with little choices
and video screens.
But so
playing decades-old movies.
Yeah, and so then like one of the tunnels kind of illuminated, like there was lights.
Illuminated.
Yeah,
You
there was
knew-
like lights on. I was like, okay, I guess that one.
So you were supposed to propel your own
Yeah,
self
and then I scooted
through
along.
that. So
Oh,
how long did it take you to
this is
scoot?
This is a flat space at this point.
Yeah, kind of like levels out.
And again, just to be clear, we have not yet gotten to the portal. Got it. Okay. Let's
We're
keep
still
going.
in the midst of
We're still
Choices
Many
water
more
slide
little
tunnel.
choices.
Yeah.
There are 8 little choices total.
And this isn't this. Yeah, what at least that I
This
experienced.
is one.
Yeah, I'm
This
not
is
going to
number
give you
one.
all 8.
No. We are going through all
No.
8 little choices.
It's on the video. But I just want you to know, though, that this isn't even my most popular video. My most popular video is the hydrochloric acid burn, where I burn Trish's head.
Okay, great. I'm less interested in that than in the strange man-made or human-made little choices.
Yeah, they
water
don't-
slide
it
that
doesn't
leads you
tell
to
you.
a portal.
It doesn't tell you in
Well, maybe there are some sort of visual clues that we can look at. But anyway, so you scooted yourself to the tunnel that illuminated
For Elijah Wood.
For Elijah Wood.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
Elijah Wood inside that tunnel, or
No, I've never met him. If I would love to, I think.
So then do you start descending again?
Yeah, and then there was like a whole other,
little choice.
Yeah, there's another
are there
little
twists
choice.
and turns? Or
Yeah, I mean it's like really wild.
any 360 loops, or
And no 360 loops, but at one point, it sort of stopped, and then there was like an inner tube, and I had to get on that, and then there was like a bit of a wider.
At one point, you slow to a stop.
Yeah.
And then an inner tube is just laying there, or
It's like tied up.
It's tied up.
It's tied up, and there's like a sign that says "Use me."
Use me. Oh, much
this
like
is
Alice
very,
in Wonderland.
Yeah, I was going to say this is very Lewis Carroll.
Yeah. Anyway, I got on that, and then there was like a whole nother section.
You
where I was on
untied
the
it.
raft. Yeah, it was on the little inner tube.
Right. It was wider. It was a wider tunnel.
Yeah, it
and
was
so
the
you
same
needed
thing, but it was just wider.
Right. You needed an inner tube in order to traverse that safely.
Yeah.
Okay. So then what
There
happens
was
then?
7 other little choices.
7 other little choices.
And then I'm sort
With
of
illuminating, it was always a binary choice. It was this or that.
Yeah, and they were all like movies.
They were all movies. Oh, interesting.
Were any of them,
Like, it was all
if
movies-
I might ask, were any of them based on Sophie's Choice?
Yeah, was there a Sophie's Choice one?
I don't know. I mean, I definitely remember, like, there was like a Pirates of the Caribbean one where there was just
okay.
Orlando Bloom and then Johnny Depp, and then you'd have to say Depp or Bloom.
Depp or Bloom.
Okay. And do you remember
and
what you chose?
I chose Bloom.
Okay.
You chose Bloom. And do you remember what scene that was?
I don't. I mean, I think it was at the beginning of the first one.
The very beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When they were still at odds with each other.
Yes. It was on the deck,
Okay.
on that little dock, and they're like, oh my God, you.
Right. And each time this seemed to be voice activated.
I guess. Well, actually, I later found out.
Oh, you later found out.
Yeah, because after all the little choices, I came to the bottom, and it was like sort of like this dirt patch that I was just sort of spat on. And it sucked because like I'm all wet and like
And
dirt.
mud. Yeah.
And that's dirt now. It's all muddy.
Yeah.
And then there was like this. I mean, I call it a portal. It was like this opening in like space time where it was like swirling light, I guess.
So it was almost as if like a shimmering hole in the air.
Yeah, like a little hole, like
a little hole or a little hole? Like how big is the hole?
Well, I know it was Lil Hole because there was a sign called Lil Hole.
Little hole. Did it say?
It just said a little hole, but
use
that was
me?
the only choice. The only choice was the little hole.
Yeah, Lil Hole.
Well, I guess you could go backward. Was going
I'm
backwards?
assuming you can't go
I
backwards.
mean, it was
back
going to
up.
be pretty hard. That was going to be
Right.
really tough. So I figured I might as well go in this little hole.
Okay.
I mean, I'm underneath.
So you went through the portal?
I'm underneath the little. Yeah, because it was like I don't know, like the size of like an extra large pizza. So like
An
I could
extra large pizza.
Yeah, so I could like go through it.
Sure.
Okay.
Like
If
the
it were
kind
just
of
an
pizza
extra
that you
large
could
pizza.
turn into a pair of pants if you tailored it correctly.
Let's hope so.
Are you tired of shitting in your pants?
Try eating them.
Just sitting in your pants.
Oh, right. But you could eat them too, right? Isn't that like the whole fun
That's
part
the
of
whole.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, I think so.
Filipinos,
Are you tired of
pizza
eating
pants.
shit? What about eating sit?
Yes.
See, that's not good, guys. I'm going to be honest.
All right, both.
I don't think you should be bringing up shit in an edible item.
So you dived through the.
Yeah.
Did you have to jump up?
Yeah, it was a little bit up through the ground, but I could
sometimes you got to make a choice. You don't just shoot straight into the portal, right?
I kind of
you
like
get to
gently
choose.
crawl.
Yeah.
Well, how high was it off the ground? Because I'm imagining if it were even like 3 feet off the ground, you kind of have to jump into it and do a somersault out of it.
It was around 3 feet, but I did not have to jump. I sort of just like climbed through. I know.
What did you hold on to? Were the sides,
edges of the portal?
So the edges of the portal were tactile. You could hold on to those.
And
hoist yourself through.
Yeah, I sort of hoist myself, but the whole time I was like trying to do it like selfie style because I wanted to make sure.
Sure, yeah.
Like
you're
I'm narrating the whole time.
You're holding a phone this entire time. I'm just trying to figure out, and there weren't any sort of like handrails for you.
No. So I was trying to like capture because it's important to capture you as well in the frame. So
Sure.
That,
to prove that it's
yeah. So I'm like, okay, here. I think I said in the video like, okay, I'm going through this little hole.
Hey guys.
I was like, hey guys, I'm going through this little hole now. I guess I'm somewhere underneath the earth.
How far down do you think that you would? This is 8 little choices.
Were you seeing like stalactites or stalagmites or like molten lava?
Was it getting
or
hotter?
Magma?
I had to pop my ears multiple
Oh wow!
times. Yeah.
Right.
Dude,
Okay.
wow. So that's like
So
quite deep into
several
the earth.
hundred feet down.
I mean,
or-
I guess it's. So, I mean, I don't know if you've ever been through like a subterranean web of tunnels
with little choices.
With 8 little choices, it's hard to tell where you
And
are.
then to be confronted with a little hole.
Yeah.
At that point, I was pretty confused,
Okay,
but I was like
so
trying
you're
to be
like, hey
positive.
guys, I'm going into this little
Yeah,
hole.
it's important to be positive.
Can I ask
right?
before we talk about what you saw once you went through the portal?
Yeah.
Do you think that you made 8 correct choices?
Yeah.
Or do you think that you made an incorrect choice and that's why you were presented with the hole?
I don't know, and I've actually like it's so funny. Like I've been seeing a therapist over this whole thing because it was actually really
About the-
traumatic.
Yeah, I would imagine. I mean, I would think the first time I plunged down into the hole, my brain goes to, "Oh, I'm dead."
Yeah, no, I was like initially scared, but again, I was still like filming, so I just wanted to make it fun.
I mean, the first time I see Wood or Culkin, I'm probably thinking, oh, instead of saying what my choice is, maybe I should try to climb back up through this.
I gotta get out of here. This is dangerous.
Yeah. No, I mean those are all
Like,
thoughts that you can
obviously somebody set this all up, and that's chilling.
This seems to be some sort of trap for minors under 18.
Yeah.
Those are all like thoughts that it's like,
In some states.
It's pretty fun to like think about that like in hindsight. It's just in the moment, you know, you like want to go with the flow kind of
Now,
thing.
this story
and
may-
I have thought, oh my god, what about all those other 8 little choices? And like,
Right.
did they have other choices there, or
Sure.
did they
Like
did they,
Culkin and all the other choices.
Culkin, Depp.
Yeah,
you know,
where
like
would you
some-
have ended up?
Yeah.
Would I still get to the portal, but under different
Would
circumstances?
it send you somewhere else or something?
Yes, or
Can
are
I-
there other little things at the end of them?
Can I ask before we get to the portal too? This town, where are you from?
Dayton, Ohio,
Dayton,
home
Ohio.
of the Wright brothers.
Has there been a recent rash of disappearances?
No more than usual. Like just the average.
But what is the usual to Dayton, Ohio?
Dayton, Ohio, I think suffers from like 600 to 700 children missing a year. I think it's
And
something.
that's considered normal.
That's like
it's
2 a day.
That's quite a lot.
It's like something. Yeah.
How many? What's the population?
I think we're at a solid 600,000. I think
That's
That
low
seems
for
low,
Dayton.
but you know.
But I mean, for 600 a year,
4 to 600 children missing a year is so many.
That's a lot.
That's quite a lot.
That's
Yeah.
a lot. So I mean, just the fact that, and this may be a scary.
Oh, I didn't really know that was a lot.
This may be a scary story for children if they're listening to
Well,
it.
this
But
might be
you
a-
made. I would say you
we might
made
need
the
to
correct
issue
choices.
a warning.
Yeah.
Children, if you are listening to this episode of Comedy Bang Bang, you've been warned.
Yeah.
We will talk about missing children.
If you could remember the
And sweet, sweet sweater meat.
If you could remember the 8 choices that you made, this may be like a cheat code for other children who are going through this.
You
I mean,
clearly got
definitely-
out safe.
I can definitely, yeah. I mean, other
'Cause
than
you're
like the
here.
emotional trauma
Okay, so
that I
Wood,
still live with.
Bloom.
Yeah.
What are the 6 other choices? All based on movies.
Yeah, it's Wood, Bloom.
Oh, is one of them the Pretty in Pink choice?
Oh yeah, Ducky
or Blaine. Is that his name? What's his name?
Yes.
Andrew McCarthy
I remember
Andrew Cryer or McCarthy.
I remember I chose Costner for when it was Kevin Costner versus
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid, yeah.
Okay.
And then I chose Reeves when it was Keanu Reeves versus Patrick Stewart.
Great.
Okay.
And then
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You chose Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Because you hate Patrick Stewart?
No, I like him.
Oh, but you just like Keanu Reeves more.
Yeah, but you have to understand. This was like they showed. It wasn't even from the same movie. Like they just showed a clip of Patrick Stewart on like a blooper of Next Generation, which is like endearing.
A blooper?
Yeah.
What did he mess up?
And you knew it
messed
was
up a
Star
lot.
Trek Next Generation.
Yeah, like I love TV and I love
really?
movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Because you don't seem like the kind of 17-year-old that's just watching Star Trek Next
TNG.
Generation. Never mind the bloopers of it.
Yeah. No, I love the bloops.
Okay.
So
you
what
love
was
those
the
bloops.
blooper? Do you remember what it was?
Oh, he was trying to say engage, and he said like, and he mumbled it, and everyone loved it.
Okay.
And everyone laughed.
But not
and-
you. You were like, fuck you, Patrick
I was like,
Stewart.
What did they
You
show
yourself
instead of?
said.
What did they show as far as Keanu
I thought that
Reeves
was a good showing. They showed him first. I was like, okay, I'm on board.
Solid.
And then they showed Keanu Reeves, young Keanu Reeves, in like 1991.
Okay, like my own
Doing
Private
what?
Idaho
Yeah.
era.
Yeah, and he's like got all these puppies, and he's shirtless, and he's
How did
cuddling
he get
with
this footage?
cuddling with all these puppies.
This is the other thing.
And all these puppies are like
footage.
all these
It's
puppies-
not from a movie.
This is some sort of Illuminati stealing footage.
Shirtless playing with puppies.
and all the puppies are like kissing him, like licking him and stuff, and he's giggling.
Who's got this footage?
And they're like rolling around, and it was so.
Who's
cute.
going to pick Stewart in this situation?
I don't know. It depends.
I mean, yeah, Stewart doing a bloop versus Keanu coming up.
All I can tell you, like that was like near the end of it, and by the end, it was like, okay, these are
Let's
getting
get
weird.
to it.
Even I was like, oh boy, this is weird now.
Okay.
But again, I was trying to stay positive in the video because like you got to keep it positive.
You got to keep it positive. Okay, so
Is that like something that you believe in, like KIP, keep it positive?
Yeah, at least when you're on YouTube, and like when you're offline, that's when you let the trauma.
That's when the darkness
sweep
sets
over
in.
your body. And there was just like, like there was just like a fair amount of stuff in the portal that I like. I was a little uncomfortable.
Well, let's get to the portal because we don't know where this is a portal to. We don't know where you ended up, how you got back.
Okay.
We don't know how the mole man is involved in all this. We've never even brought him up.
He verifies that it's a portal.
He verified
we know
it's a
that
portal.
much.
Have you seen the movie?
Meanwhile, your biggest video is the hair burning video that we're not even talking about.
Some sort of Illuminati group has been taking secret videos of celebrities and using them to lure children down into the depths of the earth.
Well,
and yet your most popular video is you incinerating your friend's head.
I don't know if only children have gone down these tubes.
Well, you say 600 to 700 children disappear.
I don't know if they're connected.
How many adults?
We're like connecting some pretty loose threads here, Scott.
Sure. Do you think there was anything specific about the hole that made you, a child, more susceptible to falling into it?
No, it was just like behind a big old rock, and
Well,
I
not a
slipped
lot
off
of
the rock.
adults may be climbing on rocks these days.
I guess, but I guess there was like a little pink ribbon that led from the hole past the rock to the path, and it did the bit. I've come to think of it, that pink ribbon did go along the path back to like the backside of my house. And when I opened up my door for the first time that day,
Was that
there was
for
a little
breast
sign that
cancer
said,
awareness?
"Follow me."
This was a path with a pink ribbon that said "Follow me"
Yeah.
to your house.
I walked
From
out
your
of my
house
front
to the
door.
rock.
There was a little note that said "Follow me," and then there was a ribbon. And
So you've been targeted.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't.
for sure.
I was doing a Sky review, Scott.
Okay.
I was just doing a Sky review.
Okay, so we've gotten to the point.
I feel like a lot of questions could be answered by just us watching the video right now.
I don't know. I find this fascinating. I don't think we could ask as many questions.
Yeah,
if we
probably.
Okay, so we've gotten to the point where you somehow, using
Yes.
the edges of the portal, which seem to be acting as tactile guardrails for you, you're
Yeah.
able to
I hoisted myself.
hoist yourself up into this portal.
What was that movie with like Scarlett Johansson and it's like she's like a killer or
Lucy.
something?
Under the Skin.
Under the Skin. Have you seen that? In that scene in the movie, there's like it's like a black void.
Sure.
And
I
there's,
haven't
like,
seen it. Go- Describe it for
and
me.
there's
What
like
happens?
well, it's like all.
Does she
black.
whip those titties out?
Oh boy. What's wrong with you?
What? I'm just saying.
What's wrong with you? You know,
just like
I can say sweet, sweet smetter meat, but you can't say did she whip those
talking about the
titties
grapes
out?
of wrath, bro. Literature.
I you know, like I guess it's more about the black void than the titties.
Okay.
That
When did
scene?
the Black Void come about? I haven't seen this film.
She lures a
it's
man.
a beautiful movie, actually. Yeah, she. I don't know how much to spoilers, I guess. For
Why does
Under
a
the Skin.
void come around? That's all we need
She
to talk.
places
like a
people
dreamlike
into a void that is like almost like black liquid, almost.
Yeah. It's like a black void, but there is some kind of like liquidy mirror.
There's like a
kind of
viscosity to it where
Yes.
people
If venom
people
were a
are
hole.
stuck in it. You know, people are stuck in it alive, and she kind of feeds off of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was. Why do you bring this up?
Because that's kind of what I came into, like through the portal.
You went through the portal into like a void.
Yeah.
Into a liquid.
Yeah.
Were you
And
able to
it
breathe?
It just looked a lot like the under the skin scene, and just based on like there was so much movie stuff and like Hollywood references
Yeah.
and the 8 little choices. Honestly, I think it was like the
This is
set.
a movie fan.
Yeah, whoever this is a movie fan, and I know he is because that's when the Mole Man appeared.
So the Mole Man was in this void.
So the Mole Man was through the portal.
Through the portal,
Right?
and he
Okay.
came up through the liquid, and he was a little bit wet, but it was like it dried off really quick.
Oh, interesting.
And
Are you breathing this liquid?
Yeah,
I was
are you
sort
able
of-
to take oxygen from the liquid?
Initially it was only knee deep height, but he later revealed to me that he can control the height, and he like dipped me in.
Oh, he dipped you in like a baptism?
He would. It's hard. Like I'm jumping through the conversation. Like this is like a 2-hour long video, by the way. But like I jump.
We're jumping too far ahead at this point.
Like
we'll
if at one
we'll
part
get to the
at one
dipping.
part of the conversation, he's like, "You don't believe I can?" I said, "No, I don't." It was like I was screaming at the point, and then he sort of like just like whooshed me through the liquid and then brought me back out. It was like an example of his ever growing power.
So
Yeah.
the Mole Man is powerful.
That's what at least he wanted to convey to me. Yes. Anyway, so he's like this like pink fleshy little man with like
wearing clothes or not wearing
no, he's not. But he's kind of like a beast as well. Like he's kind of like part mole.
Does he have hair?
At little scruffy little bits behind his ears and his chinny chin.
What about his genitals? Are they covered in hair? Or
They're-
are they
yeah, like-
sort of like a lipstick situation. Or
No,
was
there
it-
was
What's
he
going
had,
on here?
He had enough hair.
It's a
This
17-year-old.
is a naked mole man approaching a 17-year-old
Yeah.
girl. I want to know what exactly how he presents himself.
And he had enough hair that you couldn't see his genitals. Like the hair was longer than the genitals, I guess.
Okay.
But
Well,
he
that's
did
an unfortunate situation for him.
Yes.
But we've all been there.
Yeah. I have.
Yeah.
Well, sure. So he approaches.
Where the hair just fully engulfs and eclipses your genitals.
Right.
Right? Is what we're talking about?
Yes. Yes. And
he approaches.
And he was like, "Hi, how are you, my dear? Welcome to my lair." I'm so-
Welcome, right?
Did he know your name?
So this is his place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did he leave the ribbon?
I only realized the ribbon just now,
Just
like when I
now,
was talking
okay.
to you guys. So it's like, oh, okay. I wonder
Well, we're
if that
trying to bring.
is.
We're much like investigators, where we're trying to
Oh.
bring out some interesting details. That's why we're
Right.
asking questions.
Right.
Did he know your name? Did he say hello, my dear, or did he say hello, Kaitlin, my dear?
No, he didn't know my name. I had to introduce myself.
You did.
Yeah.
How did you introduce yourself?
He said, "I'm the mole man." I said, "I'm Kaitlin." But
So he
it
just introduced
spelled
himself
a little weird.
as the Mole Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't have a specific.
He doesn't have a name.
No, I mean, he said,
Or
"I'm the
you
Mole
can
Man."
call me the Mole Man, but my
No.
name is Mark.
He said, "Hello, I'm the mole man."
Oh, wow.
I'm the Mole Man.
Yeah.
Did he give you a sense of where you were? You said his lair, but I mean, like, where in space and time is it?
Well, that he did. He kind of went on this. It's like a bit of a rant. Like honestly, it kind of gets. That's like where a lot of people kind of switch to a different videos because like
Really?
it gets a little.
Where you can see a
windy.
comment that pops up saying, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
will this guy ever shut up?"
Yeah,
This
like
guy. Oh, the Mole Man?
yeah. It's like you could have cut 10 minutes out of the mole man.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's. I mean, I applaud you for leaving all of it in because that's like that's the record.
Well, we
you know?
want a document of this,
Exactly.
an unedited document.
I just sort of figure like there's probably not too many videos where like people go through portals and like see the mole man.
I've never seen a single one. I
Oh.
mean, you may be the only one who's made the 8 correct choices to get to
Right.
the mole man. Did he mention anything about that, or of like, oh my God, no one has been in here for thousands of years, or
He actually didn't even know anything about the little choices.
So he's not connected to the little choices.
That's why I was kind of like, that's why I was kind of like, maybe he doesn't really have anything to do with the ribbon, because I think the portal just like it like goes to a whole other thing.
Wow. Okay, so everything up till then has been some sort of man-made entrapment scheme.
It's hard to tell.
So do you think there's like maybe somebody who built the tunnels and the little choices in order to appease the mole man's desire to be fed?
Could be
on the other side of the portal.
He didn't know about the ribbon. He didn't know about the little choices.
But he was happy to see you.
Yeah,
because he called you my dear.
Yes, but then he was like, "Are you okay? Do you need anything?" And then
what could he have offered you? Did he mention that? Did he have drinks or
a
chair?
No,
like,
I think.
What do you think he was trying to
At
give
that point,
you?
I was like, I just want to go. I'm like, I'm ready to go home. Like, what is? First, I was like, what is this? And he's like, we're in another dimension. We're in the Nether, and
the Nether is what they call it.
Yeah.
So this is like the upside down in a way.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah,
it's called the Nether. I don't know if you've seen Stranger.
Yeah, no, I've seen like a lot of stuff.
You're only a 17-year-old girl. How do you have so much time to watch?
I love watching culture. I love watching it develop.
Okay, all right,
that's
great.
so exciting.
So this is the Nether.
Yeah.
So he introduced himself as another dimension called the Nether.
Yeah, and then he's like, I'm super powerful. Like I control these lands, and
he was the mastermind and the ruler of the Nether.
And then I was like, did you have any like? What was all those little choices about? Like, what was the tunnels thing? He's like, what are you talking about? What little choices?
Okay, so he's either lying,
he's
to
really in the
this,
dark about it,
or he has no idea what these are.
And then he was like, oh, okay.
How did he know to come to where you were? Did he mention
like,
that?
oh yeah, he did. He's like, this liquid is like a spider web for me. I can feel when there's disturbances in it and all that kind of stuff, right?
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Well, look. Before we get too far in the weeds in the Nether, we have to take a break again.
Sure. Yeah.
But I really want to.
Totally.
I mean, this is a fascinating. I've never heard anything like
pretty
this.
wild.
This is really wild.
Exciting, actually. This is exciting. You know what it is? A lot of times, Scott, you say we on this show talk to interesting people, and up until
it does
this point,
not,
I have
live up to
disagreed
that
with you.
promise.
It's a lot of uninteresting people.
But this is fascinating.
fascinating.
Well, it's like this video did get a lot of views, but like it's not as many as like the Cardi B music video came out.
That's okay. That's okay.
But it seems to me like some of the mysteries of the universe are contained within this video, and so that's why I'm glad you're here to get the word out about this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when we come back, we'll hear more about the Mole Man, what his intentions are. It seems like they spoke for several hours, and we still have no idea how. And he confirmed a portal. We did get to that, but we still have no idea how you're back here in this dimension and out of the Nether. We'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang with more Jason Mantzoukas and more Kaitlin after this. Comedy Bang Bang. We're back here with Jason Mantzoukas and Kaitlin, who we still got to watch this video. We were
Scott. That's kind of what I wanted to say. I during this break, I watched the video, or I scrubbed through the video.
Yeah,
it's
too long. It's a long video. Do you see which? Tell me what all those choices were.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what's interesting about the video.
You've seen it, so what were the 8 little choices?
Well, let me explain the video, and I think you'll see what the choices are. I'm happy to explain all of that. In the video, Kaitlin is indeed doing a sky review. She's walking along. Yeah. She sees the big rock. She goes up on top of the rock, and she appears to slip and fall.
Yes.
Right.
And then for like a little over an hour, the phone is still recording, but it's just pointed at Kaitlin, who appears to be unconscious on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then a homeless man.
Oh, okay.
Who is naked.
Right.
Yeah.
How long were these pubes?
Comes into frame. His genitals are truly obscured completely.
Okay.
And he wakes Kaitlin up. Kaitlin has some blood on her head.
Okay.
And they do proceed to then have a conversation that is similar to the conversation that Kaitlin is telling us about now.
Okay.
Although she's talking about the little choices, she's talking about all this stuff, and he is confused.
Right.
But I think that a lot of this might have happened during a blackout. Maybe you were concussed.
Okay. That's exactly what the Mole Man was talking about. He said, At the end, when we were wrapping up, after he like showed me,
You were wrapping. How did you know you were wrapping up?
He had to show me like he something called like the order of the marbles, and he like showed me all these like little marbles and how they align and stuff. Like I didn't really get it. It was like he said it was quantum physics.
Oh, I see. It had something to do with how he controlled his realm.
Yeah, and anyway, he like made a bunch of marbles align and like and align and like make pyramids and stuff.
Okay,
but then he was like, now before you go, in order for this to seem plausible, I'm going to have to make it seem like you dreamt it.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Interesting.
And then he said, so I can't, like,
by the way,
the location of the tunnels and the portal, these cannot be discovered by anyone in your realm.
You said that before I let you go. Is it like a thing of like he's got other stuff to do, or he's letting you go?
Well,
like were you his captive, or
is he like okay?
We're
well,
both busy.
Look, I got other shit. I got it. Before I let you go, I don't know. I mean, it was a fascinating conversation, but I have mole man business to attend to.
Thanks for stopping by.
Well, yeah, we all had like stuff to do, and you knew I was like probably running out of memory on my phone.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I'd really like to go home now, and he's like, okay, and he did like. In order for the mole man to like bring you back to your own world, you kind of like he sort of presents his like right breast and like.
Oh my God! This is now you're speaking my language.
Yeah, I know, it's so weird. Like when you were talking about that earlier, and I was like, I'm supposed to stay quiet, but I want to say something.
Oh wow!
Wow.
So he whipped out.
Yeah, he didn't
Was
like
it
whip it out.
Was it
was
zip?
it supple?
Whip?
It was already exposed. But he kind of just like,
it was exposed.
Showcased it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. He's featuring it.
Yeah.
He's angling it towards the light source.
Yeah, yeah. And you kind of like suck his milk out.
Oh,
okay.
And the milk puts you to sleep.
Oh.
And then you wake
and
up.
suddenly you're woken
Yeah,
up.
and then you wake
There's
up.
so much that's wrong here. This is like.
When you wake up, were you sucking on this homeless gentleman's?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay. No sweet milk coming out of that.
It's not that dark.
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
I was going to say, this sounds a lot like a molestation narrative that has been turned into a fantasy story. And this is chilling.
This is not the way.
This is chilling.
We wanted
all
the show
in the
to
video.
go.
It's all in the video.
Well, have you even seen the video? Because it sounds like Jason watched it.
No.
and
I don't want to watch it. Like I've
You
I
got
lived it.
PTSD about
yeah,
this.
Exactly. That's
Have
like,
you? Let me ask you this: have you tried to go back? Have you tried to go back?
It seems as easy as going up on that rock and falling down that hole and making the exact same choices. Little choices.
Yeah. Well, no, I haven't. I haven't gone back. I'm just like kind of nervous about it.
I mean, the kids in Narnia, they got out there or walked around in the snow, and that was enough for them. So they went back through that wardrobe. But then they were like, "Oh, we got to get back in this thing,"
Yeah. Well, lately I have sort of been thinking about it because, as I say, like I'm losing a lot of sleep over the different choices.
Really?
Yeah.
You think that you should have made different choices?
Well, maybe I avoided
You
like
should have
a
picked death?
catastrophic fate, or simply a different kind of crazy outcome.
Well, because look, there are. It sounds like thousands of missing children over the years.
Yeah.
That have never returned.
Yeah.
And they're missing. You are not missing.
And
You're
you
back.
didn't see any children, right? You didn't go any place where you saw
The mole man didn't have any children wrapped up in this viscous fluid,
or working in some sort of mine. Like Raiders of the Lost Ark Part 2.
Exactly.
Well, maybe if I make a couple of different choices, I'll see like.
I don't know that you want to make these choices. It sounds to me like you got out of there by the skin of your teeth.
But you seem pretty concerned about the kids. Like, don't you want to rescue them?
You think that you would be able to rescue them instead of falling prey to whatever
Here's the thing that
tragedy.
I'm gonna suggest.
Yeah.
I think that because
You have a high opinion of yourself is what I'm trying to say.
I can do anything.
You currently are in a position where you may be the person who is closest to understanding where and what is happening to these
You're
children.
the one who's gotten. I mean, you're like the John Glenn. I mean, you've come back.
Now, I don't want to listen. I don't know the whole story. I don't know all the facts, but maybe you can use Trisha as some sort of mole man lore.
Yeah, Trish maybe could be used as bait.
Maybe she can be your bait girl.
Yeah.
And
I don't know, like
you tell her the choices that you made
tie like
and
a
say
cable around her.
You
and
say
like,
maybe pick Culkin from The Jump.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
see what
exactly.
happens. Tie a rope around her.
Yeah.
And
tie a rope to yourself so that you're following her, but at a safe distance, perhaps.
Or like the cable can be like, I don't know, like a winch. And like when then I can like after a certain amount of time like pull her back up and see what she's holding on to.
We could also get Elon Musk's submarine out here.
And a flamethrower.
Speaking of Musk, we could get him out here and just trying to like find all these missing children that are trapped in a cave, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know if you caught this part in the video.
You were scrubbing through.
Scrub through.
I do sort of, I remember everything. And I remember at the end waking up and there's like this homeless guy there. At the end, I don't know if it got it on tape because I haven't seen it.
You just uploaded it right away. Like people have to see this.
But the homeless man, he looked me dead in the eyes and he winks like this, like.
Okay, I don't know how to describe that for our listeners.
Was a double blink, and then you opened one eye.
Yes.
So it's a full
blink into a wink.
Into a single eye open.
And then you made a noise like, ugh.
And then he said, "It's me."
Oh, boy.
It's me.
And what did that mean?
Do you think that he meant the mole man or... You don't, who?
I don't know.
Or the person who set up this entire adventure.
And then did you just follow the ribbon back to your house?
Or you knew the way back?
He carried me. And then when my parents were like,
what is this naked?
Came to the door. And they're like, Kaitlin, where have you been?
How long had you been gone? This is an interesting question.
I don't know. I mean, it felt like forever.
But how long was it in real time?
I think it was like 20, 25 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But here's the thing. Here's what's weird. The video is 3 hours long.
Okay, yeah. Because the video is very long.
But it was really 25 minutes.
Yeah.
But they were worried sick, and they were so grateful for the man to bring.
You're
me
gone
home.
25 minutes, and they're worried sick.
Well, Dayton, Ohio
sounds like you don't
got a pretty intense missing child problem.
Plus, it doesn't sound like you get out of your house too much. You needed an excuse of why you were walking along this trail.
Yeah, and I remember this just as he was leaving, like the homeless man, like he returned me to my parents.
Yeah,
and
did he leave you on the doorstep and ring the bell?
No,
and
yeah, well,
he's naked.
He was exactly, and he was holding me in his arms, and he knocked on the door, and like the door opened. There were my parents, and I'm like, oh my God, Kaitlin, you're here. Thank you, sir. Thank you for returning her. And he was like, oh, not a big deal.
He said NBD.
NBD. Do you have any pants?
Yeah. And then he's like, they were like,
Bobino's pizza pants?
He sounds like he's our target market.
By the way, I mean, like, what a great idea to give pizza pants to the homeless.
He's like, hey, you know what? Eat it, wear it, whatever you find appropriate in the moment.
Yeah. Eat it, wear it, cheese it.
You and I gotta get in on this.
Yeah.
It's not a bad tagline.
If we could use your YouTube fame.
Maybe. I'm always looking for sponsors. And they were like, what do we call you? And they like, what's your name?
What do we call you? How strange that your parents would phrase it like that. What do we call? First of all, they're just
from
not
Denmark.
They're not phased about the nakedness.
They're from Denmark.
And originally.
Which is why they're not phased by the nakedness.
Okay.
No.
So what do we call you?
They were like, what do we call you? And then he said, just call me MM.
MM. So like Marshall Mathers?
No, dummy.
Eminem.
No, dummy. Mole man.
Oh.
You think he's the mole man?
No, duh.
But how does that make sense? Because the mole man resides within another dimension. Do you think he's our dimension's mole man?
My best guess
Yeah.
is that sucking the mole man's teeth and getting the milk
Yeah.
also brought me into my dimension, but also maybe was his ploy to be brought in our dimension as well.
Oh, so
and
you
now
think
the
he
mole
didn't-
man is like here.
Do you think you set him loose on our dimension?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what his like mission statement is, like what he
Right.
wants to accomplish.
I mean, maybe he can traverse, all of using the portal and whatnot.
Do you think now that he's within our dimension, he's the one who set up these little choices?
No, he said he hadn't heard of them.
Yeah, but I mean but does time work in the same way? Like he's now traveled to our dimension. Maybe he's going backwards in time. Like every day spent on Earth,
I see.
He goes backwards, and then he sets up this entire water slide, little choices scenario.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, like who's your producer that set this interview up? MM, who's that?
Yeah, my producer MM. Someone new who works at the. I don't know. I didn't get.
now
All
this
I got
is
was
weird.
All I got was the
same
initials
thing.
MM. I assumed it was
MM at earwolf.biz.
Yeah,
Now that's not the right email.
No, we were thinking about getting a .biz account, but it was
Right,
too
but
expensive.
it's not.
Yeah.
So-
But, yeah, so that is curious.
This
The email
might be,
came up from mm@earwolf.biz. Yeah, no, I don't know. I've never met this person.
What if that's the Mole Man 2?
The Mole Man 2.
Like the sequel to the Mole Man?
No, like the Mole Man as well, silly.
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know. What do you think the Mole Man's plan is to get you on this
I don't
show?
know. Why would he want me on the show to like tell everybody about
this
Mole Man?
rock and
I'm
Dayton?
currently watching the video of you burning Trisha's hair, and it is very funny.
Is it good?
It's
I gotta watch it.
very funny.
It's got a lot of views.
That's at Kaitlin So Fresh?
Kaitlin So Fresh on YouTube.
Okay, yeah, I gotta check that out.
Kaitlin So Fresh, like how to get bald, stay bald is one of mine, and then
And fresh
I
is
found a
spelled
portal.
PHREASH.
Yeah, that norm like the
normal
weird is like Caitlin's weird spelling and Fresh is like
Yeah, you didn't want to
Yeah.
throw people off.
yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think the Mole Man's plan? I mean, this is such a bizarre story. First of all, if the Mole Man didn't set up these little choices, I don't know who did.
Oh man, we're really getting to the nitty gritty.
There's got to be a separate. So if the portal to the Mole Man world,
Yeah.
Work it out. You got this.
You out of anyone. We're just trying to
You
jumpstart your
experienced
memory.
there's got to be the way I see it is there's got to be multiple destinations, obviously, because
Do you think there
there's
are
gotta
multiple portals?
There's got to be multiple destinations, including a final one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And some of them, I mean, obviously one has a portal to a Mole Man world. And then maybe one of them isn't even a portal. Maybe one's like, I don't know, there's like a chocolate bar at the end of it or
Right.
like a trap or something. Because if
you don't think it's a series of portals
I
that the
mean,
choices you made decide where they bring you?
That's literally why I want to go back down the tunnels.
You want that chocolate
And
bar.
have you just
I
not
just want to
found
see
it?
what else is
Have
out.
you just not found it?
I'm nervous.
Oh.
Like
We'd love to go with
what
you.
if there
Would
are
you
guys go?
We'd love to go with you.
I'd love to go with you.
I'd love to
make a
some
video.
little choices.
Yeah. Big choices, little choices, whatever.
I'd
I'm
love
down
to make
there.
a big choice right now to attend this portal with you and make those little choices.
First of all, I'd love to go to what sounds like a really fun water slide.
Oh, yeah. And also, I've never been to Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to go to
I would
Dayton.
love it if the two of us, you and me, Scott, two men in their 40s, just started hanging around with a 17-year-old girl
and accompanied her
because she has access
on an
to
interstate
portals.
trip across state lines.
Walk into the woods with her.
Sure.
And jump into a bottomless pit that leads to a portal.
But just keep in mind, also, it might be scary if you took the exact same answers that I did and you got to the end with the portal.
Right.
You would go through, and I don't know if the Mole Man would be there because
he may be back here.
He may be here. So, and then how are you going to select the T to get back?
Also, what is going on in that dimension without its very ruler?
I don't know. These are all questions.
It's a lawless society.
Like, what's going on with all those kids? Like, are all those kids
Yeah,
are all
what are
those kids dead, or are all those kids like just
Happy.
in some sort of like a prison or
And who
limbo?
benefits? There's the other thing. Who benefits? Follow the money. Who is benefiting from the?
Is this like Lost? Is this like purgatory?
I don't know. What do you think the chances are of like all those if all the kids that are missing in Dayton, Ohio, like went down the tunnel system, which is obviously separate from the portal system?
Sure,
Do you think
little
that?
choices.
Do you think the rock is its only origin point, or are there several tunnel?
That I don't know.
Right.
Do you think the Rock, Dwayne Johnson, is one of
He
the?
may be
is like,
involved.
is he at all part of the little choices section only?
Yeah. Were there any of the little choices had to do with any of his films?
Yeah.
None of the ones that I took.
Okay. Oh,
So it was like
interesting.
rock or paper
I wonder
or
if,
scissors.
Oh boy. I wonder if you chose Culkin, if the next one, instead of what you got, Depp or Bloom, would be, rock or heart.
Yeah. That's what I wonder if you choose Culkin if suddenly like something beheads you.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Oh, so maybe there's like no other tunnels. I just somehow chose
the
You
right.
chose right every time. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe those little choices tunnels were built just for you.
But if that's the case, like if all the little choices if there really is only 8 and it doesn't branch off into like a catacomb, like
There may be thousands of little choices that people make.
Underworld
And there's-
of choices.
But that's the other thing.
Isn't life, though, just thousands of little choices?
Yeah. But usually there's food involved in between some of these
Was there
choices
food?
for us.
Was there any food in the tunnels?
Wait,
because if there are thousands more tunnels, I would imagine you would get hungry at some point.
We don't know if
you would need to sleep.
I don't know how much time does time matter. It felt like hours. It was hours for Kaitlin, but it's only she was only gone 25 minutes.
But if you made 8 little choices and you're watching 2 separate video clips, that's a bit.
I'm
of time
assuming
here.
there's a video clip for each choice too. That's
exactly.
6 more clicks.
Well, that's what I'm saying is if you suddenly on your very last one made a different little choice, and then that led you to thousands of more little choices. At some point, you'd have to.
Do you think there's not a finite amount of little choices?
I don't know.
Because maybe you only get 8, and it's just like where you go. Or
right. It's always 8 regardless.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So there are. I don't know what the math on.
At this point, who knows?
On how many destinations there would be with 8 binary choices. It seems to me like there'd be in the thousands.
You know what? I think if we put our heads together, we can figure this out. We can really figure out the exact number of choices there could potentially be in the world of these tunnels.
The only thing is you don't know what happens with the other choice. You don't know if it's a branching choice system.
Or whether they intersect at some point again.
Yes.
Like whether, okay, now I've picked Depp, I'm back in the original choice.
Yes.
I don't know. Look, we got to figure this out though.
Oh, we have to right now?
Yeah, well, I mean, I gotta say.
Well, here's the thing.
Can I say something though?
Not figure it out because, like, with our friend Big Dog, we thought we had so many more appearances to get to know him better, and then
he's just taken from
ripped
us
from our bosom. So, like, I want to make sure we solve this. Just in
Who's
case.
Big Dog?
He was a very entertaining
dear friend of ours. A dear friend of ours.
Gone too soon. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I felt like the portal part of your story was a bit of a letdown because of how entertaining the little choices part of it was.
Oh, you didn't like Mole Man?
No, I'm just saying it seemed to be a setup to something very entertaining.
Here's
and then
the thing.
the Mole Man just prattled on about quantum physics for an hour.
It's tough. It's tough because you know what? It occurs to me that that I think that we were enjoying the little choices more.
Well, it's like
when it got to the portal, we got confused.
Well, it's like if you were watching or reading Alice in Wonderland, and it goes to Eat Me and Drink Me, and you're like, wow, this is a good book, and then suddenly it deposits you in a lecture.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, I don't know.
That was like the ending of that one. Movie, The World's End, or that was like that movie. It was like fun, and then a lecture at the end.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, you really do like pop culture.
Yeah, you really do love knowing what's going on.
I just love it. I love doing that and like burning my friends' heads with hydrochloric acid.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I am concerned for Trish's safety.
Trisha's fine.
And I'm also honestly a little concerned with your relationship with your science teacher.
Maybe you should try to lure your science teacher into this.
Ooh, now this is interesting. He should make some little choices. You know
he's made a bunch of bad big choices.
What's so crazy about having a relationship with Mr. Manfield?
What do you when you say relationship? What do you mean?
Mr. M. He's chill.
Wait, Mr. M.
Yeah, Mr. Manfield.
M and M.
Oh, Mr. Manfield.
Mr.
M.
Manfield.
Wait, you don't think that he's?
Now this is interesting.
This
just got interesting.
Did somehow his car full of chemicals and
he's just a science teacher, okay? He's just a science teacher that if you do get in class, he gives you a little ribbon, a little bow.
If you do get in class,
he gives you like a little pink ribbon.
Yeah, like a little pink ribbon
as a reward for just getting to class.
No, if you do well in class,
if you do
a good test, well on a test,
he gives you a little.
If you get an A or above on it, he will staple a little ribbon.
So, can I ask you something? You mentioned ribbons earlier. I hate to jog your memory.
Oh yeah.
And it seems as if you have a relationship with Mr. Manfield. MM. Do you think that he's the one who lured you? And it seems like he has access to hundreds of children a year.
What are you saying?
Do you think he's the...
Is it possible?
Is it possible that he is the mastermind? Oh, MM, mastermind. Behind this very complicated Rube Goldberg-like series of tunnels that seem to be some sort of test upon a child's very soul?
Yeah, he would understand probably the choices that kids would make, and also might have the understanding of how to dig elaborate tunnel systems without causing structural damage.
Yeah, I mean, using chemicals, just pouring them on the ground.
course.
Also, can I ask you, did he ever ask you about your opinions on several movies, like The Good Son or anything?
Yeah, we talked movies all the time.
Did he ever show movies in class?
Yeah, only when there wasn't that many experiments to do.
Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
Good Son?
Good Son?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that Kevin Costner one?
Or the Dennis Quaid one?
Yeah.
What about Keanu and the Puppies?
Yeah, he did show me that, actually.
All right. You know what? I'm starting to formulate a pretty clear opinion about what's going on.
Yeah. Does he have hair all over his body?
I'm not sure.
Not that that's a bad thing.
No, of course
not that that's at all any kind of bad thing.
I'm not sure. I mean, he's got a normal amount of hair on his forearms.
Okay.
Yeah. When the homeless gentleman who saved you and rescued you.
When he brought you to your parents' house in his arms, when they opened the door, what did they say to him?
Oh, hey, Mr. M.
Okay.
All right. I don't know quite what to think about this story now. This is like the usual suspect where I'm going back over everything you've told us and wondering what's true, what's not true. But look.
So your parents call him Mr. M?
All right.
Yeah, but then... Like, what... Then they...
Look, we're not going to figure this out today, but I do need to make a call to Child Protective Services, I think, in Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, my God.
Look, we have so little...
Look, guys,
we got to look at more of these videos.
I just wanted to tell you guys about my YouTube channel. Caitlin's So Fresh.
And it's still fresh after 4 years. Little Choices, episode 588 of Comedy Bang Bang from February 2019. I don't think there's anything as infectious as Zook's laugh, and no more so than in that episode. I wonder if they ever did figure it out. Easily the most requested episode on the pages of Babyface Bren. And yeah, the more I hear it, the more I think it might be my favourite. It's a toss-up between that and the exorcism of Cake Boss.
Cake Boss.
I hope you've enjoyed Bang Bang by request. If you have, don't thank me. Thanks Scott Aukerman for allowing YouTubers to use his content. If he keeps letting me do it, or ignores it, or whatever, I'd like to keep doing more of these because I have enjoyed it. If you'd like to hear your favourite CBB segment, character, friend of the show, or episode, whack it in the comments below. If you'd like to be on the show, then email me, babyfacebren@gmail.com. And Bang Bang by request is not at all affiliated with Comedy Bang Bang. I just love it. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you next time.